Chapter 821. Suche went over and gained something, didn't he? Sheng Xiao looked at her wet ink head. She didn't know how to dry it, so he put down the document, held her hand, and returned to the bedroom. Sit down. Mu Qiqi enjoyed this kind of pampering. She half closed her eyes and took a long time before she heard the voice above her head. It's the Shun family's opponent who's stirring up trouble behind our backs. That's why they see us as a thorn in their side. From tonight onwards, you have to forget about Bicini's case because it's not a big fish that we can catch. Since there's still time, the other party won't act rashly for the time being. It's just that Tang Yin will be in more danger. The other party is afraid that Tang Yin will continue to investigate, and it's also because of Cheng Bin. Mu Qiqi understood immediately and stopped smiling mischievously. You told me, and told me not to pay attention to it. Of course, I'll listen to you, but what about Captain Tang and Feng Shanshan? If there's any progress, I'll set up a trap with Tang Yin. So, no matter what I do in the future, don't ask. After it's over, I'll give you a complete answer. Wasn't that respectful enough? Mu Qiqi nodded. You just need to let me know that there's this matter. I won't ask about the details. This isn't an occasion for me to watch a show. It was related to the safety of her two friends. You're sensible. Sheng Xiao dried her hair and used his slender fingers to run through her hair. The fragrance wafted into his nose. It smelled very good. But you have to promise me that you'll protect them. Do you really think of me as a god? Sheng Xiao put down the hairdryer and stared at the little one's head. However, before he could get up, Mu Qiqi hugged him. I don't care if you're a god or not. I just believe in you. I still have to go to the Shun family later. Go to bed early. Got it. Mu Qiqi nodded to reassure him. There was no one left in the Shun family to discuss, but the Shun family did. Fortunately, the Shun family still had grandfather and father. This way, at least Xiao Xiao would have less to bear. Late at night, Sheng Xiao went to the Shun family. Grandpa Shun looked at the photo with his presbyopic glasses. He snorted and said, "A bunch of trash. They don't do proper things and only go to dishonest ways. But in fact, it's meaningless. My Shun family selflessly serves the public for the sake of the people. It's just that I've implicated you, the younger generation. It makes me feel uneasy. Sheng Xiao, don't worry. Your father-in-law has already decided to leave the mountain. Let him handle some of the things that you can't do. There's no need to go so far." Sheng Xiao's intention in coming here was nothing more than to remind the Shun family to be on their guard and prepare for a rainy day. For him, the most important thing was the safety of his family. You have to protect Xiao Qi. She is your favorite and will easily become a target for others. Moreover, she is the daughter of the Shun family. I know the weight of this matter. Grandpa Shun looked at Sheng Xiao. This man was mature and steady. There was nothing for him to worry about. Although Xiao Qi was a little mischievous, she would never lose to a man in front of a big problem. So, Grandpa Shun believed that no matter how big the problem was, it would not be a problem for this young couple. Now that the enemy was in the dark and they were out in the open, they had to be careful in order to survive. Jin Bo's men searched the entire J City, but could not find the informants. Stupid police. I didn't expect the hotel to be so heavily guarded, but we still couldn't stop these cops. How disgusting. Su Hong told Jin Bo over the phone. Sir, what should we do now? The situation has been tense recently. Restrain yourself and don't give the other party any more chances. As for the police, I'll think of a way to deal with them. Jin Bo calmly comforted her. Don't tell anyone that the hotel has been breached by the police. Those people are timid and can't withstand the shock. I understand. Deal with Bicini's mother. Don't kill her. She's in the wind now, so be careful. As for the rest, when Cheng Bin was ready, Tang Yin would leave it to Cheng Bin to deal with. Of course, Cheng Bin alone was definitely not enough. He had to find a helper for Cheng Bin. After Xin Yu died, Cheng Bin put life and death aside because he knew that if he wanted to achieve his goal, he would have to pay the price. He was not as naive as Shang Kai. 3 days later, Cheng Bin received a call from Jin Bo. I've arranged for a helper for you. He'll be here tomorrow. Thank you, Master Jin. Deal with Tang Yin well. I'll wait for your good news. Cheng Bin only hoped that the person Jin Bo sent was not someone like Shen Yu. In a real sense, it would be of help to him. Therefore, The next day, he went to the airport to pick up the person. He held a sign in his hand. He thought that it would be a man, but when he picked up the person, he realized that it was a tall beauty wearing sunglasses. I'm Song Xiaoji, a doctor. I have my own arrangements in Jianchuan. You don't have to pick me up. Keep in touch by phone. It's best if we don't meet at other times because you're so ugly. The other party did not care about Cheng Bin's welcome. She dragged her suitcase and quickly left Cheng Bin's line of sight in her fashionable high heels. Cheng Bin did not know what use a woman had for him. Wasn't she even inferior to Shunyu? Cheng Bin was very confused about this, so he called Jean Bo, Master Jean. What's the use of sending a woman to me? Don't underestimate her. You'll know soon enough. Jean Bo did not explain too much, and his tone was rather mysterious. Cheng Bin was still unconvinced. If the help that Master Jean wanted to give him was just a woman, he would rather do it himself. Perhaps she knew that he would not be convinced, so after Song Xiaoji settled down, she sent a message to Cheng Bin. Shallow man, I heard that Tang Yan's woman is pregnant, and I'm an obstetrician. Did such a reminder need to be more explicit? There's no need. Cheng Bin suddenly understood Jean Bo's intentions. It was useless to deal with men, especially men like Tang Yan, who were strong in one-on-one combat. His weakness was the same as Sheng Zhao's. They were both women, especially pregnant women. As long as he had Feng Shanshan in his hands, wouldn't Tang Yan be at his mercy? He only needed to wait for Song Xiaoji's signal and wait for the opportunity to make a move. After the incident with Shunyu, peace seemed to have returned to the surroundings. The case of Sheng Bowen's escape was taken over by the Sheng family's lawyer and would be heard in court a month later. As long as no one interfered, Sheng Bowen had a high chance of being innocent. On the other side, they had originally agreed that this was a gift for Sheng Kai, but now that Sheng Kai and Jean Bo had fallen out like this and Jean Bo had lost Xinyu, of course, he could not sacrifice more for Sheng Kai. Sheng Kai knew his current situation. He was unwilling, but at the same time, he did not want to be used by Jean Bo and die a graveless death in the end. Chapter 822. It was at this critical moment that Sheng Kai received a message. It was a message that made his eyes widen in disbelief. Time flew by. Ever since that day, when Sheng Xiao asked her to forget about it, Mu Qiqi never mentioned it again. Life returned to normal. Mu Qiqi took some time to go to the hospital to see old Cheng. Seeing that he was recovering well, she was relieved. Usually, when Captain Tang comes to see me, I ask about the progress of the case. It's been so long. How's the investigation going? Old Cheng covered his wound and asked Mu Qiqi, Don't tell me that I've suffered this injury for nothing. Mu Qiqi took a deep breath and leaned against the side of the bed. She didn't know where to start. She just said, The director has already ordered a ban on investigating this matter. No one is allowed to mention it again. It's the same when you return to the team. What's going on? Old Cheng looked unconvinced. Haven't we found something? It's precisely because we've found something that we can't continue. Mu Qiqi looked at him seriously and said, Trust Captain Tang's arrangements. Rest well. Old Cheng understood something, but he was unconvinced. I suffered this injury for nothing. Maybe the case will be solved one day. After Mu Qiqi said that, she took out 2 books from her bag. I was afraid that you would be bored in the hospital, so I left these for you to pass the time. Old Cheng knew that he couldn't continue investigating the case and was a little disappointed. Leave it. I'll look at it when I have time. Mu Qiqi did not force him. She walked out of Old Cheng's ward alone. She finally understood a truth. In this world, there were many things that could not be answered, nor could they be justified. The next day, it was the weekend. Mu Qiqi was supposed to go to Sanda class, but because Tang Yin was called away by the chief, Feng Shanshan asked her to accompany him for the prenatal checkup. Of course, Mu Qiqi was duty-bound to help her godson. However, when she saw that Feng Shanshan had a mother at the age of 22, and she had to wait until she was 24, she felt speechless. Seeing that she was depressed, Feng Shanshan smiled. Are you so unwilling to accompany me for a prenatal checkup? I'm just lamenting that I won't be able to get pregnant when your son is already a nobody. Your big CEO is doing this for your own good. Don't be insensible. Feng Shanshan educated her. It was an accident. I had no choice. Otherwise, do you think I wanted to get pregnant at this time? Although Tang Yin usually did not talk about Changbin in front of Feng Shanshan, there were several nights when she could feel Tang Yin calling and getting up behind her back. Sometimes, he would even stay up late. She was indeed drowsy, but she was not unconscious. You're a national treasure now. You're precious. Mu Chi-Chi reached out and stroked her belly. She could feel the miracle of life. The two of them chatted as they arrived at the entrance of the ultrasound room. Soon, Feng Shanshan was done with the examination and took the report to the doctor's office. Feng Shanshan sat down and found that the other party was unfamiliar. Seeing the wary look in Feng Shanshan's eyes, she explained with a smile, "I'm the director of obstetrics and gynecology who has just been appointed. My surname is Song. The previous Dr. Li." She resigned. Song Xiaoji explained, "If you feel worried about me, I'll arrange someone else for you." "Don't." Dr. Song saved a mother and child who had a difficult birth yesterday. His medical skills are very good. The doctor's assistant whispered to her, "This is the military doctor from the army. Miss Feng, you mustn't miss him." Feng Shanshan gradually relaxed and nodded. "Thank you, Dr. Song. Look at the report. There's no big problem. He's a little anemic. Come over more frequently." Song Xiaoji pinched Feng Shanshan's arm and said, "Can you also eat some nuts on a daily basis?" "Okay. If there's anything, you can call me. Say my number." Mu Chi-Chi carefully sized up the fashionable blonde female doctor. She could tell that she was very confident in her medical skills. Moreover, her attitude was gentle. She was probably very popular in the hospital. Why isn't Dr. Song a military doctor anymore? Mu Chi-Chi sat at the side, a little gossipy. Song Xiaoji smiled and winked at her. "I traveled the world for love, but unfortunately, I still broke up with that scumbag in the end. I couldn't return to the army, so I went to serve in an ordinary hospital. Actually, there's no difference. Dr. Song is so humorous. If you have gynecological problems, or if you don't get along with a guy, you can also come to me," Song Xiaoji whispered to Mu Chi-Chi. Her personality was very much to Mu Chi-Chi's liking. She was generous and direct, and she didn't beat around the bush. However, this was a critical period, and Song Xiaoji had suddenly taken up the post. This made Mu Chi-Chi a little wary. "Then I'll thank you in advance, Dr. Song. Shanshan, the prenatal checkup is over. Let's go." Feng Shanshan took the report and stood up with her help. However, just as she reached the door, Tang Yin chased after her and took Feng Shanshan from Mu Chi-Chi's hands. "I'm late. It's already done. Actually, you didn't have to come." Feng Shanshan didn't blame him. "If possible, I want to be by your side as much as possible." Mu Chi-Chi walked behind the two of them and felt like she had been fed a mouthful of dog food. "Who wanted to see you two get tired of each other?" However, right behind the three of them, a fiery gaze landed on them. They were really happy now, but in the future, it would be really tragic. After Chengbin knew that Feng Shanshan had gone to Song Xiaoji's place for a prenatal checkup, he urged her to find an opportunity to make a move. Song Xiaoji crossed her arms. She didn't want to talk to this man at all. He had just put the bait in, and he couldn't wait to reel it in. No one else was that stupid, especially Mu Chi-Chi. Song Xiaoji could feel that this girl was young, in her early 20s, but her eyes were very sharp. From the initial enthusiasm to the sudden calmness in the end, all of this told Song Xiaoji that this girl was observing her. "You have to give me a deadline, right? Are you going to make me wait endlessly like this?" "It's not impossible," Song Xiaoji replied over the phone. Song Xiaoji replied over the phone. "Father asked me to complete the mission not just to assist you. You just want revenge, but I don't have a deep grudge against them." "Father? You're Mr. Jin's daughter?" "This is not a topic worth discussing." Song Xiaoji quickly changed the topic. "In short, I'll contact you if there's any news. Before that, you have to stay calm. Otherwise, the plan will fail and all your efforts will be for naught. You could talk to my father yourself." She was also a young lady who was difficult to please. Chengbin snorted. However, a few years had passed. Why would he be afraid of waiting for a few more months? Song Xiaoji was not like Shunyu, who was just an adopted son. She was Jin Bo's biological daughter, but she was his biological daughter. In the past, when Jean Beau asked her for missions, they were all extremely vicious people. But this time, he asked her to deal with a young pregnant woman in her early 20s. Chapter 823. On the way home, Feng Shanshan saw that Mu Qiqi was deep in thought and poked her arm. Why do you think everyone is a bad person? Do you have to be so paranoid? I don't think there's anything wrong with Dr. Song. I just think it's a coincidence that she appeared at this time. Captain Tang handed him over to me. Of course, I have to keep a close eye on him. Do you think danger is coming? Is it a joke? Little Seventh is right. He drove with his left hand and held Feng Shanshan's left hand with his right. Even though it was only for a while, he was reluctant to let go. You two are like old maids now. You're always talking nonsense. Feng Shanshan complained, but her heart was warm. Mu Qiqi knew that she didn't mean what she said, so she just glared at her. She didn't want to be an old maid either, but Feng Shanshan was alone. No, Feng Shanshan actually had parents, but they had remarried. They had known each other for so long, but Mu Qiqi had never heard her mention her parents. She said that she had no feelings for them, and she had even compromised with a scumbag a few times just for a photo with her parents. But she had feelings. She had already married Tang Yin and had a child, but she did not mention her parents at all. At that thought, Mu Qiqi could not help but take a few more glances at Feng Shanshan. Tang Yin was busy every day, and she was in class. Feng Shanshan was alone at home most of the time. Loneliness was a small matter, but he was afraid that she would encounter something suddenly and not even have someone to ask for help. Mu Qiqi wanted to mention it, but she felt that it was not appropriate to ask about their family matters. This was something that Tang Yin should worry about. As a friend, she had her own boundaries. After returning home, Mu Qiqi saw that Fifth Aunt had cooked nourishing chicken soup, so she asked her if pregnant women could take it. Fifth Aunt smiled and explained the effects to her. She immediately packed a bowl for Feng Shanshan. Then, Fifth Aunt sent the chicken soup to Tang Yan's house. Feng Shanshan was very emotional when she saw it. Miss Feng, if there's any soup you'd like to drink, just give me a call. When I make it for Miss Qiqi, I'll make a bowl for you too. Thank you, Fifth Aunt. Although it was just a bowl of chicken soup, Feng Shanshan felt very upset. Miss Qiqi cares about you. Feng Shanshan looked at the bowl of chicken soup. It would be a lie to say that she was not envious. When a person was pregnant, it was inevitable for their imagination to run wild. He squatted beside her and said, "When you married me, you knew about my situation. I only have one uncle. My family is small, and I don't seem to have any elders who can take care of you. When we registered, I asked you if you needed to inform your parents. At that time, you didn't seem to care, and I didn't insist. But I think I did something wrong." Although Feng Shanshan had been separated from her family for many years, it was not that she had not thought about it. When her parents remarried, she left them with hatred. She never thought that she would meet her parents again. However, now that she was about to become a mother, she also hoped that there would be someone around her who would care about her and care for her. This was something that Tang Yin and Mu Qiqi could not make up for. If you want, I can accompany you back to find them. Aren't you busy with work? Is there no case in the station? The chief has recently assigned all the important cases to me because he knows about my situation. There is only one person at home. If anything happened to Feng Shanshan and the child, then Tang Yin would be destroyed. Then let me think about it. This time, Feng Shanshan did not resist. She still had hope in her heart. There's no hurry. Tang Yin held Feng Shanshan's hand and was extremely gentle. Late at night, Banyan Courtyard. Ever since Huang Yao merged with Zhongting, Sheng Xiao returned home a little later. In the past, he could enter the house at 7 o'clock on time. Now, at 8:30, he was nowhere to be seen. After Mu Qiqi washed up, she sat in the study and looked at the 100 little things after pregnancy. Before Feng Shanshan went to bed, she called her. Today, Tang Yin suggested that we go find my parents. I'm afraid they'll be disappointed. Mu Qiqi understood her. When she was young and impetuous. She ran out and did not interact with her parents. Now that she ran back rashly, she would only disturb other people's families. Your eyes are too sharp. I can't make this decision. Although my eyes and heart are filled with that stinky man, I can't leave my family. I feel that family can bring me joy and make me feel that living in this world is very warm and stable. You and Tang Yin are too lonely. Even if the child is born, it's only a family of 3. It's too weak. Of course, if you try in the end and find that your parents are heartless people, you can give up. I don't mind letting my father take in a goddaughter. Feng Shanshan's heart warmed when she heard this. I understand. If you understand, then go to bed early. Don't tire my godson out. Feng Shanshan felt at ease and put down her phone. Seeing that Tang Yin was lying on the big bed, she whispered in his ear, "When you have time, accompany me to find my parents." Tang Yin was surprised for 2 seconds before he calmed down and nodded. Okay. Sometimes he was very jealous of Mu Chi-Chi's position in Feng Shanshan's heart. Even as her husband, he could not compare to her. Only Feng Shanshan knew that it was different. Half an hour later, Sheng Xiao pushed open the door of the study. When he saw the little thing crossing her legs leisurely, he frowned. "You're not like a woman at all. Tis TSK. You're lecturing me as soon as you come back." Mu Chi-Chi put down the book in her hand and moved a seat for her man. "Now, you only come home at 8:30 every day. CEO Sheng, all the ants in the world have been trampled to death by you." Sheng Xiao sat down beside Mu Chi-Chi and leaned over her. "If you don't beat me for 3 days, you'll tear the tiles off the roof. That's what I'm talking about." Mu Chi-Chi's eyes sparkled nonstop. Her arm around the man's neck was also very strong. "Then why don't you hit me?" Sheng Xiao tilted his head and saw that Mu Chi-Chi was looking at those strange things again. He hooked her chin and asked, "Haven't you given up yet?" "What?" Mu Chi-Chi frowned and reacted after a moment. "I'm reading it for Feng Shanshan. Who wants to give birth to your child? Are you so resistant? I can't even read?" After saying that, Mu Chi-Chi pushed Sheng Xiao away and went back to the bedroom angrily. This thing's temper was getting worse. Now, Jin Chuan seemed calm on the surface, but there were undercurrents surging in the dark. At least, he still wanted this thing to live comfortably for the next few years. It was not that Mu Chi-Chi did not understand Sheng Xiao's thoughts. It was just that he was too paranoid. It was just reading a book. Why did he have such a big reaction? A moment later, Sheng Xiao returned to the room. Seeing that the little thing's back was facing him, he did not go up to coax her. He waited until she was done washing up and lying on the bed before turning her over. "You know that I dote on you and spoil you, but now you're getting more and more lawless?" Chapter 824. Mama Bai is dead. Sheng Xiao supported his arm and told Mu Chi-Chi. When Mu Chi-Chi heard this, she suddenly became serious. When did this happen? How did she die? She knew that the mama Bai that Sheng Xiao was talking about was Bai Sini's mother, although she deserved it. The body found in the morning was said to have died of illness, but it should have been revenge. That's good. Bai Sini's grievances are finally lessened. Mu Chi-Chi was a little flustered. "We agreed not to talk about this anymore, but are you still investigating?" Su Che's informant just happened to get the news. With that, Sheng Xiao changed into a comfortable position and hugged Mu Chi-Chi in his arms. "If you don't want me to worry, then be obedient. Everyone knows that you're my favorite. Everyone also knows that you're the daughter of the Shun family." Mu Chi-Chi remained silent. In order to seize power, that group of people can die without a burial ground. But if you're injured, who will compensate me for a small thing? I have to be careful to protect my own things. Otherwise, who can be like me? Care about you as much as I do? Mu Chi-Chi understood the second half of his sentence, and her eyes suddenly turned red. "Did you drink?" Because her Sheng Xiao rarely said such things to her directly, it made her heart ache. No matter how strong he appeared on the surface, he would still be afraid. "Then hide me at home. I'm not going anywhere." Mu Chi-Chi might not have thought that such a sentence would come true one day. Sheng Xiao turned over and pressed Mu Chi-Chi under his body. His lips also covered hers, carrying a trace of the fragrance and sweetness of red wine. He had indeed drunk. Mu Chi-Chi did not want to push him away. She closed her eyes and enjoyed the entanglement of their lips and teeth. Gradually, her heart was moved and her desire was aroused. Fifth Aunt knew a lot about diet, so Mu Chi-Chi's body was nurtured very well. Sheng Xiao gradually realized that this thing's skin was fair and elastic. It felt very good to the touch, and the parts that should be firm did not disappoint him. He squeezed hard, but he could not fully grasp them. He continued downward. Her waist was slender and did not have a trace of fat. That was also thanks to the effect of Sonda and the outline of the waistline. The flaming palm kept burning Mu Chi-Chi's mind. For some reason, Mu Chi-Chi felt as if she had been bewitched. The two of them had been playing the flute almost every single day, but there had never been a time like tonight when they were so mesmerized that they couldn't extricate themselves from it. Xiao Xiao. Sheng Xiao gently pushed away the obstruction, and the two of them joined together. Mu Chi-Chi sighed in satisfaction. Soon, she lost control of the man's crazy rhythm. After the tide fell, Mu Chi-Chi lay on Sheng Xiao's body and panted. She could not calm down for a long time. That was because this man would always spoil her and let her have her way when they were together. He always made her feel comfortable and look down on her age. But today was different. She felt that he treated her as a real woman, without any age boundaries. You've grown up, Sheng Xiao suddenly said after a while. Mu Chi-Chi reacted for a moment and looked down at her chest. Her face turned even redder. Is that a pun? Sheng Xiao chuckled and got up to carry her into the bathroom. But no matter how old you get, you're still that 17-year-old little thing in my heart. I'll be a mature woman sooner or later. Mu Chi-Chi puffed out her chest. Your mind has yet to be tested, but your figure has to be tested first. Sheng Xiao felt that he should double fifth Aunt's salary. His earlier decision was also very correct. This little thing's face was rosy every day. It was obvious that she had been nourished well. Mu Chi-Chi sat on the sink and did not say anything. After a while, she suddenly hugged Sheng Xiao's neck. I'll be safe and stay by your side until you're 80 years old. Didn't you say that? I was the one who dragged you into hell. No matter where I am, I can't leave you alone. Sheng Xiao hugged her and felt a little more at ease. The world was big, and he had a lot, but the only thing he really cared about was this little thing in his arms. Whoever moved would take his life. The next day, Tang Yin packed some clothes and applied for leave from the station. He prepared to bring Feng Shanshan to look for her parents. Feng Shanshan was very nervous, but Mu Chi-Chi was right. No matter what, she was still the same as now, with Tang Yan's family of 3. However, it had been too long since they last contacted each other. Feng Shanshan did not know how the two of them were doing. She only had the address when they parted. Tang Yin drove and brought Feng Shanshan to the dilapidated neighborhood. However, the Feng family had already been sold, and the new family gave Feng Shanshan a new phone number. It was Papa Feng's. Feng Shanshan held in her hand and felt that it was a little hot. Seeing that she was not moving, Tang Yin took the note from her hand. I'll make the call. I'll make the call myself. Feng Shanshan snatched it and accepted her fate as she pressed a series of numbers. The phone beeped a few times before it was finally connected. A familiar voice was heard. Hello, I'm Feng Shanshan. Feng Shanshan said to the other party, her body tense. The other party was silent for a while, as if he did not know what to say. After a long time, he said to Feng Shanshan, let's meet. I'll send a car to pick you up. Tell me the address. My husband and I will come over ourselves. Feng Shanshan rejected the other party's suggestion. All right. With that, the other party gave her the address. Feng Shanshan entered Tang Yan's phone and asked him to follow the navigation. Tang Yin took the phone and patted Feng Shanshan's head as a silent comfort. Feng Shanshan was very nervous. She could not tell if she was looking forward to it or avoiding it. Half an hour later, the two of them stopped in front of a building. It was called the Hanwen Group. Feng Shanshan stood at the entrance of the building and was stopped by the security guard. Madam, do you have an appointment? I'm looking for Feng Yanqing. That's the name of our chairman. If you don't have an appointment, I won't let you in. Please forgive me. Tang Yin parked the car and came over. When he heard the conversation between the security guard and Feng Shanshan, he smiled silently. I didn't expect you to be a young lady who has been abandoned by the people. I don't know what's going on either. Feng Shanshan glared at him. Then you can leave now. We don't match each other's families. Let's make another call and ask. Tang Yin supported her and did not continue joking with her. Feng Shanshan took out her phone and was about to make a call when she saw a woman walk out of the door. Miss Feng, right? Please follow me. Feng Shanshan was very nervous. She followed behind a secretary, and the two of them went straight to the top floor of the company. Then, Feng Shanshan and Papa Feng were sent to the chairman's office. Papa Feng was very busy, but when he looked up and saw Feng Shanshan, he still smiled. I thought my daughter couldn't find her way home. Chapter 825. After I divorced your mother, I started my own business, sold the house, and came to this day. I know that you've always hated me, so I left my phone number with the new landlord of the old house. All these years, I haven't dared to change it. I just hope that one day you can return to my side, Papa Feng explained. He looked gentle and elegant, as if he was not hated at all. But why would Feng Shanshan rather live alone for so many years than look for her parents? My daughter, you're finally back. Feng Shanshan was not used to it, and she did not feel real. The person she called her father hugged her gently, but she did not feel her father's warmth. Come, sit down and talk. The father and daughter had originally planned to catch up, but at that moment, a woman in her mid-20s knocked on the door and entered the office in high heels. Dad, the contract is ready. Feng Shanshan turned her head and looked at her. So this was the legendary sister. Of course, the other party was also looking at Feng Shanshan. 1-1, come quickly. This is your sister. I still have other things to do, so I'll go out first. Feng Wen did not intend to look at Feng Shanshan at all. To her, her sister was a creature that did not exist at all. All these years, Feng Shanshan had not appeared. She heard that it was because she hated Papa Feng. Why had she been so stubborn for so many years? In the end, after knowing that the Feng family was a big corporation, did she still want to stick to them? When Feng Shanshan heard the word sister, her expression changed. This was the first time she had personally witnessed how much her father had wronged her mother back then. Shanshan, seeing the awkward scene, Papa Feng quickly held Feng Shanshan's hand and said, "It's not what you think. I hope you can go home. Don't want her outside anymore. I could take care of you now." However, Feng Shanshan had always been proud. Moreover, she did not care about any big corporations at all. She only thought of her humble mother and stood up silently. Tang Yin, let's go. Shanshan, just pretend that I never came today. After saying that, Feng Shanshan turned around. However, she saw Papa Feng take out a check and fill in a series of numbers. Here, take this. It turned out that even Papa Feng thought that she came to ask for money. Feng Shanshan felt that it was very ironic, but she still took the check. Daddy will find you another day. Feng Shanshan walked out of the chairman's office and met Feng Wen outside with Tang Yin. Feng Wen looked her up and down, especially when she saw the check in her hand. She smiled mockingly. You can get quite a lot just by coming back. Unfortunately, Feng Shanshan was not one to be trifled with. She immediately retorted, all these years, I've never asked him for a single cent of child support. I think your pocket money all these years should be more than that. Next time, I'll definitely get it back with interest. Profiteer, what do you do to me? I'm also your biological daughter, and I'm legal. Then, she grabbed Tang Yin's hand and entered the elevator. In the elevator, Tang Yin put his arm around Feng Shanshan to prevent her from catching a cold. He knew that her heart would inevitably turn cold after seeing such a scene. Looks like you won't be able to be a rich son-in-law. Feng Shanshan smiled at him. I even took that man's money. You're not that kind of person. You're just angry. Tang Yin knew her. Although she was not a kind person, she did not love money to this extent. If I had known it would be so frustrating, I wouldn't have come. Feng Shanshan put the check away and put it in her purse. Find out where there's a need for donations and do some good for him. Are you still going to look for your mother? Feng Shanshan shook her head. No, I think the three of us are quite good now. What if we poke another hornet's nest and disturb someone else's peace? Wouldn't I deserve to die? You don't even want to be a rich young lady. Are you stupid? With you, I won't be a rich young lady. I'll just be a police sister-in-law. Feng Shanshan followed him into the car. I just hope that I won't get into any endless trouble because of this. I'm not afraid of your little trouble. Tang, Yin smiled as he opened the car door and brought Feng Shanshan home. Don't be disappointed. I'm not disappointed. Feng Shanshan forced a smile. Then, she took out her phone and gave Mu Qiqi a call. She told Mu Qiqi about the situation. After Mu Qiqi heard it, she was silent for a while. Finally, she sighed. After all, aren't you also a high-class person? The kind that you look down on yourself. I'm not. Tisk, I'll go back to my dad tonight and take you in as his goddaughter. What's so great about a biological father? Perhaps he's not as straightforward as my dad, a godfather. Mu Qiqi took this seriously. I really don't care about the Hanwen group anymore. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Do you dislike me or something? Mu Qiqi became serious. Do you think anyone can become a family with me? Feng Shanshan did not say anything, but her eyes turned red. Mu Qiqi did not say anything because she hung up the phone. She really felt that it was possible. Feng Shanshan and Sheng Xiao were too weak. If they could get some of the Shun family's blessing, they might be able to prosper in the future. Moreover, Captain Tang and Sheng Xiao could get along. If she and Feng Shanshan could really become god-sisters, she would be quite happy. Therefore, when Sheng Xiao returned home that night, Mu Qiqi told him about it. Sheng Xiao had nothing to object to. After all, in this thing's heart, Feng Shanshan was very important. Dad has always doted on you, but you have to ask him if he's willing. If Dad doesn't like Feng Shanshan, don't force him. Do you think I'm stupid? Mu Qiqi shouted at the man. Then, she went to the Shun family and briefly explained the situation. Feng Shanshan was always mentioned by Mu Qiqi. The two of them had a deep hatred for each other in the past. She did not expect that they would be fated to meet in the end. Therefore, Old Master Shun and Shun Jianchuan did not object. The two of them even admired Tang Yin very much. It would be good if they really had such a son-in-law. When you have time, invite the two of them over for dinner. Let them come to the Shun family more often, Old Master Shun suggested. Okay, thank you, Grandpa. Mu Qiqi made an okay gesture at the old man. Things went smoothly, and Mu Qiqi felt very happy. Sometimes, a person's feelings could not be completely based on blood. She also deeply believed that as long as she was in any danger, Feng Shanshan would be able to run ahead. Late at night, Mu Qiqi called Feng Shanshan. When you have time, let's go to the Shun family for dinner. My dad will share half with you. Aren't you afraid that I'll be greedy and take over the nest? Chapter 826. Mu Qiqi's words were almost decisive. You won't. Feng Shanshan didn't know where this person's confidence came from, but she really wouldn't. What do you mean, Captain Tang? Feng Shanshan turned to look at Tang Yin and asked, do you think I'm trying to climb up to the Shun family? What you want is the warmth of a family, not those complicated things. So, there's no such thing as climbing up or not. I believe that the Shun family won't think that way of you. The old chief is a noble person, and the Shun family won't be any worse. You're not polite at all. Tang Yin reached out to hug her and placed his chin on her shoulder. If someone helps me love and protect you, of course, I won't stand on ceremony. Similarly, I will also do my best to be filial to them with you. Is it because you're going to be a father? Captain Tang, who was silent and not good with words before, is suddenly so talkative. You've also made a lot of changes for me and our child, Tang Yin said seriously. Then he kissed Feng Shanshan's forehead. In the past, Feng Shanshan was so free and unrestrained. She could play with men and move as she pleased. She was very free mentally, but after being with him, she was bound by many restrictions, especially now that she was pregnant. She had freedom of movement and was restricted everywhere. She stayed at home obediently every day, and she was even afraid of danger, so she rarely took the initiative to say that she wanted to go out for a walk. Of course, his heart ached for her. Mu Qiqi is really hard to refuse. Then don't refuse. She won't hurt you. Tang Yin firmly believed this. Okay. The two of them hugged each other intimately. Feng Shanshan was satisfied. However, her appearance had disrupted the peace of the Feng family, especially when Papa Feng had given her such a large sum of money. This made the other members of the Feng family feel very upset, especially Papa Feng's current wife. All these years, Papa Feng had thought of looking for Feng Shanshan, but his family had always used all sorts of reasons to stop him. It was fine if he didn't see her in the past. It wasn't a big deal. At most, he wouldn't see her for the rest of his life. However, when Feng Shanshan really stood in front of this group of people, they realized that Feng Shanshan was also one of Papa Feng's heirs. This sense of crisis made the Feng family go crazy. However, that was an existence that could not be erased. What could they do? Or was it to warn her in advance that she would not have a share in the Feng family? 3 days later, Feng Shanshan asked Tang Yin to buy some gifts. Since they were going to the Shan family for dinner, they couldn't go empty-handed. That would be rude. The Shan family was not a family that she could climb up to, but she had dreamed of having such a family. At 6 o'clock in the evening, Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin arrived at the entrance of the Shun family on time. Although Tang Yin was dressed casually, one could still see the shadow of calmness and justice in him. He was born to be a police officer. His fists and temperament said it all. Huang Yu and Mu Qiqi went out to welcome them. When they saw them, they smiled innocently. "I say, girl, why do you like her so much? She really does look a little like you. People would even believe it if you said you two were sisters." Huang Yu looked at Feng Shanshan and praised her. "Second aunt, you are exaggerating." Mu Qiqi smiled and reached out to help Feng Shanshan up. She introduced, "This is second aunt. She is straightforward and magnanimous. Just call me second aunt like Xiao Qi." Huang Yu appeared easygoing. Tang Yin watched the women enter the Shun family's door first. Although they were holding heavy gifts in their hands, they were willing to do so. It was just a small family banquet, so there were only a few members of the Shun family present. Mu Qiqi did not want to make Feng Shanshan nervous, so she arranged for her to stay by her side. "Why did you bring a gift when you came?" Old Master Shun had seen the orchid a long time ago. It was cultivated by Professor Tang, but Tang Yin used it to present it to Buddha, because he heard from Mu Qiqi that Old Master Shun liked flowers. "Oh, is this a lotus petal orchid?" Old Master Shun's eyes widened. "This thing was expensive." "It's so expensive. How would I dare to accept it?" Old Master Shun, the value of an orchid lies in its meaning, not in its value. The Orchid Valley is empty and stands aloof from worldly affairs. It is very suitable for you. Then tell me, how did you get this thing? Old Master Shun was worried that the young man would go astray. Tang Yin smiled faintly and explained, "My uncle likes to cultivate it." "Don't worry, Old Master Shun." Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan stood at the side, stunned by the man's words. In the past, he looked like a blockhead. No matter how they looked at him, he looked dull. In the end, it was not that he did not know the ways of the world. "Kid, you're quite famous in the police station. You're on the same side as old Shung. I like it. Don't stand on ceremony. Just treat it as your own home. Come here often for a meal in the future. But next time, just come empty-handed." It was obvious that Old Master Shun was very happy. Then, Tang Yin sat down beside Feng Shanshan. Feng Shanshan poked his arm. "So the professor knows how to do these things." "What professor? He's also your uncle." Tang Yin corrected her patiently. Feng Shanshan laughed silently. Her heart was very warm because she knew that this man was doing this for her. 3 days ago, she had been humiliated at the Feng family. He did not want Feng Shanshan to experience it again, even though the Feng family was not qualified to be compared to the Shun family. Then, Shun Jianchuan walked out and glanced at his daughter. He also glanced at his goddaughter, who was about to be recognized. One was painful, and so were the two. You all know about what happened between Xiao Qi and Mu Tongxue. Although they are biological sisters, there are many grudges between them. I selfishly hope that Xiao Qi can still have a sister to make up for the regret in her heart. So from now on, both of you are my daughters. After saying that, Shun Jianchuan gave Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan a brocade box each. Of course, there's also a godson-in-law. However, the godson-in-law's was a red packet. Mu Qiqi looked at him eagerly. Her man had not even come over yet, and she was already at a disadvantage. "Dad, I didn't forget about your family." Shun Jianchuan gave her another red packet. "I hope that both of you will be happy." Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin looked at each other. They stood up from their seats with teacups and walked to Shan Jianchuan. Godfather, we'll use tea instead of wine. We also hope that you can be healthy. Be good. Shan Jianchuan said to the two of them calmly. Go and sit down. We'll be a family from now on. Anyway, we'll be living close to each other. In the future, you guys can come over often. Isn't Shanshan pregnant? If it's inconvenient for you to go on a mission, you can let her come over and stay for a while. The Shen family was really nice and warm. Feng Shanshan was not an unsatisfied person. Of course, she would not really disturb them often. Chapter 827. Sheng Xiao entered the Shun family's house at 8:30 p.m. When he saw the little one in high spirits in the crowd, he threw away his fatigue and walked to his family. Sheng Xiao is back. Huang Yu beamed. Grandpa, Dad, second uncle, second aunt. Sheng Xiao greeted them one by one and nodded at Tang Yin. These two seemed to be born to be brothers. This is for you. Mu Qiqi handed the red packet to Sheng Xiao as if she was presenting a treasure. Silly. Sheng Xiao took the red packet and put it in the pocket of his suit. Sheng Xiao, I want to see you and Tang Yin compete. Shen Jianchuan observed his two sons-in-law for a long time. He felt that they were both dragons and phoenixes among men. It would be more interesting to compete. What does Dad want us to compete in? One of them was a business genius, and the other was a boxing champion. One was a scholar, and the other was a martial artist. They did not seem to have much in common. But that was not the case. Both of them were equally smart. If it's a fight, Sheng Xiao is definitely no match for him. Huang Yu immediately laughed. He's the national champion. His skills must be very good. Second aunt, everyone has their own strengths. Mu Qiqi quickly protected her. It's not fair to compete like this. I know. You're the only one who knows how to protect your own. Huang Yu could not help but laugh. Why should I let these two men compete? They have nothing in common. It's better for me to compete with Feng Shanshan, Mu Qiqi said with interest. Anyway, both of us are studying forensic medicine. I've attended a few more classes than you, so I'll let you compete with Tang Yin. Otherwise, people will say that I'm bullying a pregnant woman. How do you want to compete? It's very simple. There are many apps for solving cases now. The most famous one is called Genius Forensic Medicine. There are many cases in it. We'll randomly pick one and see who can find the cause of death and the murderer of the victim first. Mu Qiqi took out her phone and showed it to Feng Shanshan. Tang Yan's eyes are so sharp. I definitely won't bully you. You can also ask your CEO for help. When everyone heard that, they felt that it was quite interesting. In the past, old Master Shun had opposed Mu Qiqi learning forensic medicine. Now that they could see this girl's ability with their own eyes, it was very refreshing. Then hurry up and choose a topic. I want to see it too. Mu Qiqi and Shen Jianchuan downloaded the app. Then, Mu Qiqi handed the phone to Shen Jianchuan. Dad, for the sake of fairness, you can choose the questions. Shen Jianchuan took the phone and went closer to old Master Shun to choose. This one, Shen Jianchuan chose the question and passed the phone to Mu Qiqi. The title is Prison Mystery. Feng Shanshan also found the prison mystery and opened it. Then, the page entered a bare prison cell. The person had died next to the iron door, curled up in a C shape on the ground. There was nothing in the cell except for a bare iron bed. The floor was damp, and the walls were scratched by fingernails. Other than that, there were some words at the bottom of the picture. There's a strong smell of mold and rust. When the old man saw this, he was confused. You can solve the case with this? There's nothing. He probably died of sudden death or illness. Grandpa, can you take a closer look? Mu Qiqi reminded him with a smile. The old man looked at it for a long time. No one could enter such a sealed cell, and he could not get out either. Grandpa, we have to rule out sudden death first. Look at the fingernail scratches on the wall. They're all fresh. There's a lot of sand in the gaps of the deceased's fingernails. This means that he was in pain before he died, and it lasted for a long time. He didn't die of sudden death, Mu Qiqi answered. He didn't die of illness either. There's no medicine in the room, and this person is strong. He shouldn't have any chronic diseases, Feng Shanshan added. Fine, just tell this old man how this person died. Old Master Shun had been in the military all his life, and he had never thought that forensic doctors were anything special. However, looking at the two little girls solving the case, he suddenly felt that not everyone could be a forensic doctor. Feng Shanshan and Mu Qiqi looked at each other and carefully observed the body. Then, they said in unison, "He was poisoned to death." "How did you come to that conclusion?" "The room is sealed, and there are no signs of damage around. The ground is very wet, and there are no other footprints. This means that no one has come in. The head of the body is facing down, and we can't see the face. But from his exposed skin, there's pigmentation. That's a typical sign of iron poisoning." Mu Qiqi explained unhurriedly. Then, Feng Shanshan added, "Ferrous sulfate can be used in medicine to treat anemia, but if it's taken for a long time, or if the medicine is overdosed, the iron will settle on the skin and organs. It will damage the respiratory tract, liver, and lungs. The most serious consequence is, of course, death." There's also a reminder on this question that there's a smell of rust in the room. Ferrous sulfate appears in different states in different environments. It can melt water, oxidize, and is poisonous. That's why we concluded that he was poisoned to death. Grandpa Shen nodded and suddenly understood. "Of course, this is just our speculation. In fact, as long as we dissect the body, we'll get the answer very soon." After listening to the two of them, Tang Yin clicked on the answer to the question. It was indeed ferrous sulfate poisoning. When Grandpa Shun saw the answer, he couldn't help but applaud the two of them. "I used to underestimate the profession of forensic doctors. The two of you have made me look at it in a new light. Very interesting." Huang Yu was stunned when she heard that. She immediately felt that the two little girls were very impressive. "Then it's a draw," the old man said. "Both of you are very good. Very good." Tang Yin hugged Feng Shanshan. This woman had let go of it for a long time, but she could still remember it so clearly. It could be seen that she was really suitable and really liked it. However, she had to let go of it to give birth to his child. He felt extremely guilty. Mu Qiqi leaned into Sheng Xiao's arms. In fact, this was the first time Sheng Xiao looked at this thing directly. The case in front of him really had the posture of a forensic doctor. It was gratifying. Mu Qiqi saw that Sheng Xiao did not say a word, so she moved closer to him and smiled. "Why? Are you charmed by me? We'll talk when we get back." Sheng Xiao hugged her and said. An old man's heart was completely beating for her. Mu Qiqi understood and knew that there was a hidden meaning in his words. "I'm happy tonight. I'll play with CEO Sheng." The family was happy. This was a liveliness that Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin had never experienced before. The two of them used to be alone and always felt that they were free. But now that they were in the Shun family, they finally understood what true family happiness meant. They were old and young, and the family was neat and tidy. When your child is born in the future, it will be even livelier. Chapter 828. That night, Feng Shanshan and Papa Feng stayed in the Shun family until late at night. Anyway, it was a 10-minute journey. At 10 o'clock in the evening, the two of them went home hand in hand. However, when they arrived at the door, Feng Shanshan saw a black car. Then, the two of them saw Papa Feng get out of the car. Feng Shanshan's smile gradually disappeared, even though she knew that she was the one who disturbed the peace of the Feng family first. "Shanshan, what's the matter?" Feng Shanshan was not even willing to call him father. She tried her best to ask calmly, "Aren't you going to invite me in?" Papa Feng stood in the darkness, his expression unreadable. Feng Shanshan turned to look at Tang Yin. Seeing Tang Yin nod, she agreed. "Come in." Tang Yin took out the key, and Papa Feng followed behind the two of them. "How did you know I lived here?" Feng Shanshan asked despite knowing the answer. After settling Papa Feng down, she made him a pot of tea. "I got someone to check because I wanted to know about your recent situation. Why aren't you studying anymore? You were doing fine in Shangting." Feng Shanshan patted her abdomen and answered calmly, "Because I'm pregnant." Only then was Papa Feng willing to examine Tang Yin. "You're a police officer, aren't you?" Tang Yin nodded. He did not know what to say because he did not know why Papa Feng was here. "I know that your job is very dangerous, so I still want to bring Shan Shan home. It's easier to take care of her, Papa Feng said. Otherwise, when you're out on a mission, I won't be at ease if she's alone at home. Tell me your real purpose for coming here. Feng Shan Shan did not believe him at all. He had not cared about his daughter for more than 10 years, and now he said he wanted to bring her home? Was his fatherly love suddenly overflowing? Shan Shan, I'm concerned about you. Tang Yin and I are married. Of course, I want to live with my husband. Moreover, you gave me quite a lot of money. I can hire a responsible nanny. You don't have to worry about my daily life. If you still feel guilty, you can give me more money. Anyway, the Feng family thinks that I came to you because of this. Shan Shan, I don't think so. The man tried his best to explain. I heard that you dropped out of school because of this man. Quitting school is my own business. It has nothing to do with anyone else. Mr. Feng, you should go back. I'm sorry for disturbing your family, but I have got my money, and I have achieved my goal. The money is enough for me to live on. I will not disturb your family anymore. Feng Shanshan's tone became cold. Feng Shanshan's voice became cold. Shanshan, I just think that you can have a more stable life. Papa Feng looked very anxious and sincere. However, Feng Shanshan knew very well what his motive was. I like my current life very much. Mr. Feng, please go back. Feng Shanshan took out the check from her purse. I'll return it to you now. Just pretend that I never went to the Hanwen group before. Papa Feng did not reach out. He just said helplessly, you'll regret it in the future. I regret it. I regret why I want to find you that day. Papa Feng looked disappointed. In the end, he left their house without drinking a single sip of tea. At that moment, Feng Shanshan poured out the tea in the teapot. Tang Yin knew that she was doing it for him, so he hugged her and comforted her. Don't be so angry. Your father is right. In this world, I'm the only one who can criticize you. No one else can. Moreover, I'm familiar with his tricks. For so many years, he never came looking for me. Suddenly, he came to me to express his concern because the person next to him whispered something to him. Because I'm a threat to their status and inheritance, rather than leaving me outside, he might as well bring me back to deal with me. Also, they know that with you by my side, I won't be easily bullied. So, they must have said a lot of bad things about you in that man's ear. I really regret it. Tang Yin did not know how to comfort her, so he hugged her and kissed her. This trick was very useful to Feng Shanshan. After the kiss, most of her anger dissipated. Even if you're just a poor police officer, I'm willing. That's why you're stupid. After saying that, Tang Yin went to the bathroom in a flash. Feng Shanshan immediately laughed when she saw this. She couldn't stand it now. There were still 7 to 8 months to go. Late at night, Banyan Courtyard. Mu Chi took out the red packet that Shun Jianchuan had given Sheng Xiao. She wanted to know what was inside. Sheng Xiao snatched it away and did not let her see it. Dad gave this to me. I'm just taking a look. Why are you so stingy? Mu Chi shifted her gaze away from the red packet. You said that I'm the biological daughter of the Sheng family. You also enjoy high treatment in the Shin family. Your wish has been fulfilled. Aren't you happy? Sheng Xiao put away the red packet and returned to the bed. After hearing what Feng Shanshan said about the Feng family that day, I don't think the Feng family will let her off so easily. She has acknowledged Dad as her godfather. At least the Feng family will take the Shun family's identity into consideration. Mu Chi had this concern. I think her father isn't a good person either. Sheng Xiao did not actually say that Feng Shanshan and Shun Jinchuan's problems were still to come. Cheng Bin would have a hard time. A week passed, and it was time for the prenatal checkup. Because of Dr. Song's instructions, Feng Shanshan went to the hospital more frequently. Because of this, Feng Shanshan and Song Qiaoji gradually became familiar with each other. She was always gentle and easygoing, and her medical skills were superb. Feng Shanshan gradually gained a sense of trust in her. It seems that you're really self-disciplined. All aspects of your indicators are very standard. You're really an obedient pregnant woman. Song Qiaoji praised her. I just want to give birth to the healthiest baby. No problem. Song Qiaoji comforted her with a smile. Maintain your emotions. After Feng Shanshan finished her prenatal checkup, she returned home safe and sound. In fact, Ever since Feng Shanshan looked for Song Xiaoji to read the report, Changbin had been following her at the hospital several times because he felt that the time was ripe. Feng Shanshan already trusted Song Xiaoji a lot, but Song Xiaoji did not let him do it. Changbin was about to lose his patience, but he was stopped by Song Xiaoji. Every time Feng Shanshan comes for a prenatal checkup, there will be someone to protect her. Of all times, you've chosen to take advantage of her prenatal checkup. Do you think Tang Yan's brain is just for show? Then what do you say? I know what I'm doing. You just have to wait for my notice. Song Xiaoji warned Changbin sternly. Don't act on your own. Otherwise, I'll tell Feng Shanshan immediately. Although Changbin was extremely unconvinced, it was indeed the easiest to start from Song Xiaoji. All you think about is revenge, but Feng Shanshan's 2 lives are very innocent. Who asked her to be Tang Yan's woman? Changbin sneered. Moreover, that woman of his isn't a good person either. She had ruined his brother's reputation in school. He was not innocent at all. Chapter 829. 2 days later, the case of Sheng Bowen's escape was heard in court. As Sheng Bowen's defense lawyer, the Sheng family's lawyer collected a lot of evidence to prove that Sheng Bowen did not know anything after he hit Xiao Jieyu that day. The court listened to the suggestions of both sides' lawyers, and with the forgiveness and pleading of Xiao Jieyu's family, the court finally ruled that Sheng Bowen's escape was not established. However, he had to fulfill his due responsibility for compensation. The matter dragged on for more than a month before it was finally resolved. Sheng Bowen was relaxed. The first thing he did after the announcement was to visit Xiao Jieyu in the hospital. Xiao Jieyu was recovering well, and the hospital was also doing their best to find a suitable bone marrow match for her. Grandpa Meng was very reasonable. Every time he saw Sheng Bowen, he would hold his hand and thank him countless times. But even so, Sheng Bowen still felt guilty, especially when he saw the little girl's innocent eyes, so bright and heartwarming. Uncle, Grandpa said that you're a good person. Xiao Jieyu sat on the bed and hugged the toys Sheng Bowen brought. If I were a good person, I wouldn't have bumped into you and run away. Sheng Bowen did not hide what he had done to Xiao Jieyu. Grandpa said that Uncle was framed. Jieyu doesn't blame Uncle. Xiao Jieyu answered Sheng Bowen softly. You're so good. You're so sensible at such a young age. Sheng Bowen patted Xiao Jieyu's head with a heartache. When he left, he gave the old man another card, but Grandpa Meng did not accept it. I can't do that, Mr. Sheng. You've helped us enough. I really can't take any more. Grandpa Meng, Jieyu's treatment still costs a lot of money. Your family still has to live, so don't be polite with me. At most, when Jieyu grows up, she can come to Huang Yao to work and repay me. When Grandpa Meng heard this, his eyes lit up because what Sheng Bowen said was indeed a path. If Jieyu could live to that day, he would definitely let her repay her benefactor. Then, thank you, old man. You're really a good person. Jieyu is so lovable. I also hope that she will be healthy and happy. In the future, there will be people who will contact you about Jieyu's study in life. Grandpa Meng, take good care of your health. When I have time, I'll visit the little girl. Grandpa Meng wiped his tears, which made people feel bitter. However, although the old man was poor, he was simple and kind, and he knew how to be grateful. Especially when he saw Sheng Bowen leave. He sat by the bed and educated Xiao Jieyu. In the future, when you grow up, you must find Uncle and work for him for the rest of your life to repay his kindness. Grandpa, I do. Although Xiao Jieyu didn't know what a job was or how long a lifetime was, she remembered this uncle in her heart and would never forget him. As a result, Xiao Jieyu's matter came to an end. It had to be said that Jinbo had spent a lot of effort, but he did not get anything. He even lost Xunyu. Sheng Xiao was as hard to deal with as the rumors said. However, there was still a long way to go. There were still several years to slowly grind away. On the night that he was acquitted, Sheng Bowen brought Rin Yufei to the Banyan courtyard to have dinner with Sheng Zhao's family. He knew that it was all thanks to Sheng Xiao that he was safe and sound this time. Eighth brother, let me toast you. My life is yours from now on. Sheng Xiao did not budge at all. I was the one who saved her. In the end, I still have to take over Huang Yao, This fully shows what it means to be able to do more work. Sheng Bowen did not think much of it and still smiled. With you around, I can take you, Fei, and focus on going abroad. You're going abroad? Mu Chi stopped peeling the shrimp and looked at Sheng Bowen. I want to learn something, and so does you, Fei. So we plan to go abroad for a period of time. Do you want to completely let go? Mu Chi's face immediately darkened. You guys are going to have fun, leaving my master Xiao to work himself to death. If I had known, I wouldn't have saved you. Huang Yao is a waste in my hands, Sheng Bowen said seriously. Look, in Eighth Brother's hands, in 5 years, it will be the #1 diamond empire in Asia. Mu Chi and Sheng Xiao changed positions and faced Sheng Bowen from the side. This was to prevent this person from taking advantage of her again. Sheng Xiao knew that she felt sorry for him, so he quietly pinched Mu Chi's neck with his right hand to comfort her. Sheng Bowen rubbed his nose and felt that he had gone a little overboard. Before he finished eating, he had already pulled Rin Yufei away from the banyan courtyard. He ran away quickly. Mu Chi was angry. She had thought that Sheng Bowen would be aware of it after this matter was settled. Who knew that he was really going to let go of it? After so many years, Huang Yao has its own system and regulations. Moreover, with Zhongting's team, I don't need to put in much effort. You don't need to put in much effort to come home an hour late every day. Mu Chi snorted. Forget it. Third brother is an ingrate. Didn't you say that you wanted me to take care of it? Huh? Have you forgotten? Mu Chi turned around and looked at Shang Xiao. She replied very seriously, I was just saying, I thought that when third brother came back, the position of CEO would still be his. Shang Xiao saw that she was angry, so he leaned over and kissed her lips. Mu Chi was stunned for a moment and did not say anything. He used this trick every time. Forget it. It's good to go far away. Mu Chi sighed. After all, there was an unknown boss behind him who was eyeing the Shun and Sheng families covetously. With his IQ, he can't even protect himself. Mu Chi expressed her disdain. Late at night, at the Tang family's home. Ever since Papa Feng left that day, the Feng family had never appeared in front of Feng Shanshan again. She and Tang Yin had thought that the Feng family had stopped and forgotten about her appearance. However, Feng Wen's appearance once again put Feng Shanshan in an awkward situation. Tang Yin was still at the branch office. When Feng Shanshan heard the doorbell, she thought it was her husband because Tang Yin did not bring his keys. However, when she opened the door and saw Feng Wen, the smile on her face disappeared. What? Aren't you going to invite me in? Feng Wen was 3 years older than Feng Shanshan. She liked to wear heavy makeup and had a unique personality. Moreover, she was holding a lady's cigarette in her hand. I can't have the smell of cigarettes in my house. Feng Shanshan rejected her clearly. Besides, I made it very clear at the company that day. I know you're pregnant, so you want to go back to the Feng family to fight for a place for the child. It's not that I'm unwilling to fulfill your wish. After all, your father's biological daughter. So let's be frank. You can go back to the Feng family, but you have to give up your inheritance rights. Feng Wen did not force Feng Shanshan to let her enter the house. She did not care either. She was only here to make her position clear. Chapter 830. You suddenly found out that your father is so rich, and you're alone outside. You even married a poor police officer. Do you think I believe you? Feng Wen laughed mockingly. All these years, we've all done our best for Hanwen. Now, you're an outsider, but you want a share of the pie. If it were you, what would you do? Feng Shanshan took a deep breath. She regretted it 1,000 times. She really shouldn't have appeared in front of the Feng family. I can't explain it to you. Go back. Feng Shanshan didn't want to be in a deadlock with Feng Wen. However, Feng Wen grabbed her wrist. Don't be in a hurry to go in before I make it clear. I'm pregnant. So what if you're pregnant? Don't you just want to rely on your belly to fight for more benefits in front of Dad? Not only did Feng Wen not let go of Feng Shanshan, she even pulled her in front of her. What's so great about having the child of a lousy police officer? Feng Shanshan staggered and almost fell. Don't act pitiful in front of me. After Feng Shanshan steadied herself, she still had lingering fear. Just as she was about to hit her, Mu Chi was 1 step ahead of her. She grabbed Feng Wen's wrist from behind and slapped her. Are you still human? You even bully pregnant women. Feng Wen was stunned. She didn't expect Feng Shanshan to have a helper. Moreover, she was so strong. After pausing for 2 seconds, she suddenly wanted to fight back, but she was pressed against the wall by Mu Qiqi. She couldn't move at all. In the end, Mu Qiqi didn't train for nothing. Feng Shanshan, what's going on? She received Captain Tang's call and immediately rushed over. She didn't even have time to ask why. It's nothing. It's just the Feng family. Feng Shanshan glanced at Feng Wen and answered. Now that she thought about it, she was still afraid. The Feng family came here to cause trouble. They thought I wanted to share their property, Feng Shanshan explained weakly. After Mu Qiqi heard this, she loosened her grip and stood in front of Feng Shanshan. She doesn't care about your Feng family's money, so don't come again. Feng Wen covered her wrist that was red from Mu Qiqi's grip and looked at Feng Shanshan with resentment. Feng Shanshan, you hired a lot of people to help you put on an act. Mu Qiqi's spoiled temper almost made her want to hit her again, but she was stopped by Feng Shanshan. For my sake, there's no need for that. Mu Qiqi took a deep breath and calmed down. She looked at Feng Wen and said, I'm advising you nicely now. The Feng family shouldn't push their luck and don't come to this place again. She's really not interested in your Feng family's things. If I see her again, I don't know what I'll do. What right do you have to interfere in the affairs of our Feng family? Feng Wen stood on the steps, the resentment and anger in her heart unabated. Her business is my business. If you really want to find someone to fight, come find me. My house is at 135 Banyan Courtyard. I'm waiting for you anytime. In the dark, Feng Wen did not look at Mu Qiqi carefully, but she really remembered number 135. Just you wait. I'm not going to sleep. I'm just waiting for you. After saying that, Mu Qiqi pulled Feng Shanshan into the house. You opened the door just because someone knocked? If Captain Tang hadn't installed surveillance cameras at home and informed me when he saw it, what would you have done? Tang Yin didn't bring his keys. I thought, in the future, no matter who it is, even if Captain Tang knocks on the door, you have to ask first. Mu Qiqi helped her sit on the sofa. Are you okay? Do you want to go to the hospital for a checkup? There's no need for that. Feng Shanshan shook her head. I'm just a little annoyed. They might come looking for trouble endlessly in the future. It's also my fault. I encouraged you to look for your family. It's not your fault. After all, you didn't know that that family was such a thing. Feng Shanshan shook her head at Mu Qiqi. This matter has to be resolved properly. You're pregnant now. You can't always be angry at this family. Mu Qiqi thought about finding a way for Feng Shanshan once and for all. All right, I'm fine now. You can go back. Your CEO will come over later. Feng Shanshan urged Mu Qiqi. In fact, she was afraid that Mu Qiqi would be implicated, although she had never been afraid of being implicated. I'll leave when Captain Tang comes back. Mu Qiqi sat on the sofa and quickly fell into deep thought. Perhaps because he was worried about Feng Shanshan's safety, Tang Yin arrived home an hour later. When he entered and saw the two girls, Tang Yin's nervous expression became obvious. Are you all right? Feng Shanshan stood up and shook her head. Qiqi came just in time. Nonsense. I ran all the way here. Mu Qiqi rolled her eyes. Since Captain Tang is back, I'll go back. You can't just open the door for everyone in the future. Remember. Got it. Don't be long-winded. Feng Shanshan quickly stopped Mu Qiqi. Otherwise, she could talk about this for a year. Do you want me to send you back? Tang Yin asked Mu Qiqi. No need. Master Xiao is on the way. Mu Qiqi quickly waved her hand. It was only a 10-minute walk. There was no need to send her back and forth. Actually, Tang Yin was afraid that Feng Wen would come back and cause trouble. However, Mu Qiqi had already left her house number. She was waiting for Feng Wen to come to her house. After Mu Qiqi left, Tang Yin hugged Feng Shanshan with lingering fear. Xiao Qi is right. Don't open the door so casually in the future. I've already learned my lesson, Feng Shanshan said seriously. I'm just afraid that there will be no end to it in the future. Tang Yan's eyes were immediately stained with a trace of black. If there was a next time, he would not let it go just like that. Even if it was this woman's family, he would not show mercy. The reason why the Feng family would not stop was because they knew that Tang Yin was just a lousy police officer. He had no power or influence. This was also the reason why they kept testing Feng Shanshan. If she had married a rich man, the Feng family would not have been worried that she would come back to snatch their things. However, she had married a poor man. Of course, the Feng family did not know about Tang Yan's relationship with the Shun family and Mu Qiqi. If they knew, would they still dare to be so rash? After returning home, Mu Qiqi sat on Sheng Zhao's lap. "I'm so angry." Sheng Zhao glanced at her, but did not say anything. He focused on the information in his hand. Xiao, the Feng family will still come looking for trouble." Mu Qiqi shook Sheng Zhao's neck. "Help me think of a way. What's your purpose in asking Feng Shanshan to acknowledge your father as her godfather?" Sheng Zhao was helpless against her shaking. He could only sigh and ask her, "That's true. Then I'll find an opportunity to let them know that the goddaughter of the Shun family is not to be trifled with. I'll let the Feng family learn a lesson." At the mention of Cheng Bin, Sheng Zhao's eyes were dyed with a different color. This person was probably not so easily intimidated. However, that might not be the case. Chapter 831. After Feng Wen left the Tang family, she actually went to find someone to settle the score with Mu Qiqi. However, when she led the four men in black to room 135, they were stopped outside the villa. "Miss, visitors need to register. May I ask which family are you from?" Number 135. Feng Wen deliberately lowered her head and said in a low voice, "Then you need to show me your ID." The security guard immediately reached out and asked Feng Wen for her ID, but Feng Wen dodged him. Seeing that Feng Wen wasn't cooperating, the security guard explained, "I'm sorry, Mississippi. You can't enter that area. Even if you don't show your ID now, you will still have to register after you go up, because there's sentries on duty." "Are you purposely picking on me? My sister is in that villa down there, so I came over." "Miss, the area below is a low-end villa district, while the area above is a high-end villa district. There's a difference. If you can't provide your identification, we won't let you in. The people living in that area are all big shots. We can't afford to offend them. A big shot." Feng Wen heard these three words. Number 135, what kind of big shot lives there? The CEO of Zhongting is not a big shot. Mayor Shin's niece was not a big shot. "Miss, are you here to make trouble?" Feng Wen was deliberately trying to get information out of her. Don't blame her for not knowing who Mu Qiqi was. She rarely read gossip and only knew how to work all day. "That's enough, Mississippi. Please go back." Of course, Feng Wen couldn't teach Mu Qiqi a lesson. At the same time, she had a question in her heart. How could a person like Feng Shanshan know such a big shot? What number 135? Maybe it was just a facade that the girl had made up to make her feel fearful. However, Feng Wen was not the kind of person who believed in heresy. The security guard saw that Feng Wen was behaving strangely and had brought a few men with her, so he immediately called Mama Sheng. After Mama Sheng heard that, she went upstairs and asked Mu Qiqi, "Chair," the security guard at the door called. "There's a woman in a brown trench coat coming to our house with 4 men. Do you know them?" "Mommy, I don't know him," Mu Qiqi blurted out. But after 2 seconds, she realized what she meant. "Mommy, I know who it is." If she guessed correctly, it was Feng Wen. He wanted to take revenge on her for that slap, but he didn't expect that he couldn't even enter the villa. Did she think that the Banyan courtyard was so easy to get into? It was also because of Feng Wen's actions that Mu Qiqi knew that the Feng family would definitely not let Feng Shanshan go. She had to think of a way to make the Feng family completely give up on Feng Shanshan. After Feng Wen returned home, she was pulled aside by her mother and asked, "Did you cause trouble for Feng Shanshan?" "I didn't manage to gain any advantage. That bitch is too calculative. She's surrounded by inferior helpers." Whenever Feng Wen thought about how she had been slapped, she would feel very unhappy. She had actually been slapped by someone like Feng Shanshan. Don't look for trouble with her in the future. If your father finds out, there won't be any benefits, Mama Feng advised. However, their conversation was overheard by the servants at home and eventually reached Papa Feng's ears. When Papa Feng returned home, he flew into a rage. Shan Shan, no matter what, she's your sister. Do you have the cheek to cause trouble for a pregnant woman? Dad, I just wanted to persuade her to go home. I didn't cause trouble for her. After Papa Feng heard this, his expression softened, but he didn't fall for it. I know very well what you're thinking. Fengwen, you won't be that kind. Fengwen opened her mouth and wanted to explain, but Papa Feng wouldn't believe her. In 2 days, I'll bring Shan Shan out for dinner. Apologize to her in person. Fengwen looked at Papa Feng in disbelief. She felt wronged. Dad, for an outsider? She's not an outsider. She's your sister. Papa Feng lost his temper. If you don't want to apologize, then leave this house. Anyway, I still have a son. Fengwen was so angry that she locked herself in her room. When Mama Feng saw this, she sighed. She had clearly agreed to get Feng Shan Shan back home before dealing with her. She was right under her nose, and she was pregnant. It was better to deal with her outside, but this child couldn't hold back. Then, Mama Feng walked up to her husband and said to him, Fengwen is just feeling sorry for you. Her daughter is filial. However, since you want Shan Shan to go home, you have to apologize. I'll make arrangements to invite Shan Shan over. Don't worry. I'll take good care of Fengwen this time and let her get along well with her sister. Papa Feng nodded in satisfaction. Then give me Shan Shan's phone number. The next morning, Feng Shan Shan received a call from Mama Feng. Feng Shan Shan had no desire to speak at all. She wanted to hang up, but she was stopped by the other party. Shan Shan, Annie sincerely wants to treat you to a meal. Your father will go too. He'll ask your sister to apologize to you properly. There's no need. As long as you don't disturb me, it'll be the greatest apology you can give me. Shan Shan, if you don't agree to Annie's request, your father will think that Auntie isn't doing her job well. In the end, she still has to go to your house to bother you. Tell me, why do you have to do this? Feng Shan Shan could tell that the other party was threatening her. Even so, she still didn't want to see the Feng family. There's really no need. Mama Feng was rebuffed, but she wasn't angry because she had called Feng Shan Shan in front of Papa Feng. It was this girl who didn't know what was good for her. Papa Feng was silent for a while before he finally said, I'll go to Shan Shan's house again tonight. Perhaps, in Papa Feng's heart, he still remembered that he had such a daughter and that she was suffering outside. Mama Feng and Fengwen, on the other hand, were planning to deal with the situation nearby. The whole family had their own thoughts, but none of them had any good intentions. After Feng Shan Shan hung up on Mama Feng, she called Mu Chi-Chi again. After Mu Chi-Chi heard this, she smiled. What a good opportunity. I was still thinking about how to set up a trap. Now, I've saved my energy. What do you want to do? Of course, let the Feng family know that you don't like their things at all. Agree to them. Don't implicate Godfather and second Uncle Shun. I don't want to use their name to cause trouble outside. Feng Shan Shan said to Mu Chi-Chi seriously. You're not allowed to mess around either. Am I the kind of person who messes around? Mu Chi-Chi chuckled and instructed her, go for the prenatal checkup properly. Don't think about anything else. If your father asks you to go for a meal, go. Just send me the address and time later. Don't be afraid of anything, understand? Why are you so good to me? Chapter 832. Besides, there's no need to bring Dad and second uncle out to deal with the Feng family. Master Xiao and I will be enough. After saying that, Mu Chi-Chi hung up. Then, Feng Shan Shan returned Mama Feng's call and agreed to eat. She really did not want to see Papa Feng appear at her doorstep again. Then I'll book a seat and send you the time and address. Feng Shan Shan nodded indifferently. A moment later, a new policewoman from the station arrived. Hello, sister-in-law. My surname is Xing. You can call me Xiao Xing. Boss can't leave, so he asked me to accompany you to the prenatal checkup. Actually, I can go alone. Feng Shan Shan was a little embarrassed. After all, she felt bad for always mobilizing so many people. The girl called Xiao Xing shook her head like a rattle drum. Boss said that I have to follow you even when you go to the toilet to ensure your safety. If I can't even do this task well, then I'll go home and eat by myself. Then I'll have to trouble you. Feng Shan Shan thanked her and went back to her room to get her bag. Then, She went to the hospital with Xiao Xing's Song. Xiaoji saw that Feng Shanshan was always accompanied by people, so she smiled. It's a little girl today. Dr. Song, please excuse me. My husband is worried about my safety, so he's troubling Xiao Xing. He's doting on you. Look at the hospital. How many pregnant women come to the prenatal checkup on their own? He's a good man. Song Xiaoji looked at the checkup report while touching Feng Shanshan's slightly protruding abdomen. I'll say it again. Pay attention to your mood. It's not good to be depressed. I'll pay attention. In a few days, I'll have a lecture at the medical university. If you have time, come and listen. It's good for pregnant women. Of course, it would be even better if the child's father can attend. Song Xiaoji handed the flyer to Feng Shanshan. Thank you, Dr. Song. I'll definitely go when I have time. You're welcome. Song Xiaoji did not show any abnormalities, but she had already started to invite Feng Shanshan. In other words, she did not know which event in the future Feng Shanshan might be schemed against. That evening, Mu Qiqi received the hotel address and mealtime from Feng Shanshan. After putting away the phone, Mu Qiqi's eyes lit up with excitement. Xiao Xiao, let's go to Jinrong Manor for dinner tomorrow night. I heard that they advocate vegetarianism and are very popular recently. I haven't been there yet. Xing Xiao snorted softly and said nothing. Was his objection useful? Moreover, this thing had never been a vegetarian. It only liked to eat meat. It's fine this time, but do you think you can protect her forever? If I can protect him once, I will. Mu Qiqi sat on Shang Zhao's lap and shook his shoulders. I only have these two friends. With you by my side, I don't lack anything, and I won't be in danger. So, I can only do more for my friends. She's pregnant. You can expect me to sit back and do nothing, right? Sheng Xiao reached out and hugged Mu Qiqi. Love was always above feelings, no matter what kind of feeling it was. I'll get Su Che to book a table. Thank you, Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao frowned. He was only 30 years old, and he was already at the stage where he had to be called master. Then, he pulled Mu Qiqi over. You want to leave after taking advantage of me? Mu Qiqi shook her head and quickly said, I've been feeling bloated for the past few days. It's not very comfortable. Sheng Xiao thought about it carefully. These few days should be her menstrual cycle. She had always been punctual, but she had not come yet. Let's go to the hospital tomorrow. Sheng Xiao reached out and caressed Mu Qiqi's abdomen. Mu Qiqi felt the warmth of Sheng Xiao's palm and felt much more comfortable. No need. Isn't it my menstrual cycle soon? It'll be strange before I come. Moreover, tomorrow's classes are very important. I won't delay it. Sheng Xiao put her down from his lap and suddenly remembered that they did not use contraceptives that night when Sheng Bowen brought Mu Qiqi to Mount Yueying. At the thought of this, Sheng Zhao's emotions became much more complicated. It was just that Mu Qiqi did not notice. When he returned to the room, Mu Qiqi had already taken a shower and was lying on the bed. Sheng Xiao saw her shaking her legs, so he stepped forward and covered them for her. What's wrong? It's almost June. I'm not cold. Mu Qiqi was a little puzzled by Sheng Zhao's actions. If it were any other day, she would have been pressed down on the bed to fix her posture. Today, Xiao Xiao did not seem to have any such thoughts at all. After taking a shower, remember to dry the water stains on your body. Master Xiao, you're very strange tonight. Mu Qiqi was puzzled. Sheng Xiao did not explain why and went into the bathroom. When he came out, Mu Qiqi was already asleep on the bed. It was obvious that she had been in class recently and was very tired. Sheng Xiao sat on the edge of the bed, lifted the blanket, and put Mu Qiqi in. Seeing that she showed no signs of waking up, he stared at her abdomen. He hoped that he was overthinking. The next day, Tang Yin was about to go out with his keys. When Feng Shanshan saw him open the car door, she called out to him. Dinner at Jinrong Manor at 6:30 p.m. Don't forget. Tang Yin closed the car door and returned to Feng Shanshan's side. He kissed her forehead. I'll pick you up at home at 5. Aren't you busy at the bureau? No matter how busy I am, I have to make time to accompany you. If he did not protect his own woman, was he really going to place his hopes on someone else every time? Feng Shanshan did not say anything and watched Tang Yin drive away. She had no power or influence, and no one in the Feng family was on her side. Therefore, when she went to the Feng family this time, other than causing trouble, it seemed that she would only bring embarrassment to Tang Yin. At 6 o'clock in the evening, Jinrong Manor. The Feng family had already arrived at the restaurant's private room. However, Feng would have been silent ever since she entered the restaurant. When Shanshan comes later, apologize to your sister, Papa Feng said to Feng Wen. His words were commanding, and there was no room for negotiation. Feng Wen did not say anything, but she vented all her anger on the tea set. And you, if Shanshan comes home, promise me that you'll take good care of her. I owe her too much. Papa Feng turned his head and said to his wife, "Where's Xiaowei?" "Xiaowei is still on the way. She'll be here soon." Mama Feng answered with a smile, trying her best to look graceful and elegant. "In a while, I'll also persuade Shanshan. There's no need to pester the poor police officer." Papa Feng did not like Tang Yin at all. He only felt that his daughter could find a better home. What was the point of following this man who ran to murder scenes all day? At 6:30 p.m., Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin also arrived at the private room. Papa Feng did not want to have a strained relationship with his daughter from the start, so he ignored Tang Yin. Chapter 833. Shanshan, come and sit down. Papa Feng greeted her lovingly. However, Feng Shanshan sat down at the door. Tang Yin took the opportunity to sit beside her. "You're welcome, Mr. Feng. Why aren't you calling me Daddy?" Papa Feng was rather unhappy. "I know. 2 days ago, your sister went over and made you suffer. I've also taught her a lesson. Feng Wen, apologize to your sister." When Feng Wen was called, she stood up abruptly and glared at Feng Shanshan. She said to Feng Shanshan dryly, "I'm sorry. There's no point in apologizing unwillingly. Besides, if my friend hadn't come over that day, I don't know if the child in my stomach and I would still be here." Feng Shanshan looked at Feng Wen coldly. "Let's be honest with each other. If you don't want to apologize, I don't want to accept your apology." "That's great." Feng Wen sat down angrily. "Shanshan, we're all family. If there's a misunderstanding, just solve it. There's no misunderstanding." Feng Shanshan interrupted Papa Feng. "Mr. Feng, you probably misunderstood. The reason I appeared in the Feng family wasn't to ask you for money. I just naively thought that I still had family and kinship. However, the attitude of the Feng family also made me realize that I shouldn't have appeared in front of you and caused myself so much trouble. If it wasn't for the money, why did you take Dad's check?" Feng questioned. "I found a charity the next day. Now, I'm just waiting to sign the donation letter. It can be considered as doing good for the Feng family," Feng Shanshan said calmly. "Besides, after so many years, he knows better than me whether the living expenses that Mr. Feng has sent over have been passive." Papa Feng did not say anything, but his expression was extremely ugly. "I have no intention of disturbing you, so I don't want to continue being your family. Just pretend that you've never seen me and give us a way out." Feng Wen's expression was extremely sarcastic because she did not believe a single word Feng Shanshan said. "You're making it sound nice now that you know that Dad is the CEO of the Hanwen Group. Who knows if you'll use your identity as the second daughter of the Hanwen Group to seek benefits in the future. Especially since isn't your husband a police officer? If you have power and influence, you'll be promoted faster." After hearing Feng Wen's words, Feng Shanshan laughed out loud. "In my heart, I've never taken the Hanwen Group seriously." "You don't take it seriously. What about your husband?" Feng Wen's words were mocking Tang Yin, which was what Feng Shanshan could not stand the most. Humiliating her husband was equivalent to slapping her in the face. Seeing that she didn't look good, Tang Yin wanted to say something, but he was stopped by Feng Shanshan. This was her family. No, this family was only related to her by blood, so she didn't want Tang Yin to waste his energy on this family. "My husband has no interest in currying favor with you. Even if he does, you're not qualified," Feng Shanshan said sarcastically. "Who does he think he is?" "Shanshan, it's not that I'm scolding you, but you're still young. You can still find better happiness." Papa Feng took the opportunity to join in. "It's not that I dislike your husband, but his job is so dangerous. How can he take care of you and the child?" Feng Shanshan finally understood. It seemed that the Fengs were not going to talk nicely. You don't have to worry about that, Feng Shanshan replied coldly. The purpose of my visit today is to tell you that in the future, we'll pretend that we don't know each other. This is the best outcome. Everyone will be satisfied. Seeing that Feng Shanshan was angry, Tang Yin held her hand and reminded her not to be angry. Then, his calm voice sounded at the dining table. Although I don't have any background, I'm not completely helpless. It's enough to give Shanshan the life she wants. With just you, a poor police officer? With just me, a poor police officer, Tang Yin said firmly. Your Hanwen has encountered a tax problem recently, right? The director of the tax bureau over there is my senior. Tang Yan's words were unhurried, but it shocked the Fengs, especially Papa Feng. It was certain that the tax problem this time would be investigated. However, he did not expect that this poor police son-in-law would know about it. I won't make things difficult for you, and the Fengs shouldn't make things difficult for us either. Shanshan and I just want to live peacefully. We don't want the Fengs to disturb us again. Otherwise, I don't know what I'll say or do to my senior. After all, we have a good relationship. Tang Yan's words were neither servile nor overbearing, but they were always accurate and effective. Papa Feng immediately fell silent. You're threatening me, so when you're being given face, you should take it back. Tang Yin retorted coldly. You're Hanwen. To put it bluntly, don't you know what kind of status you have in Jianchuan? Don't think that everyone you see is interested in your money. You? Who do you think you are? Are you lecturing us here? Feng pointed at Tang Yan's nose and scolded. It seems that the Fengs want to drink tea. If you have the ability, go ahead and sue them. I don't believe that a poor police officer like you can be brothers with the people from the tax bureau. Then we'll see. After saying that, Tang Yin looked at Feng Shanshan and asked her gently, Do you want to leave? Chi-Chi is waiting for us on the other side. Feng Shanshan replied. Let's go now. After saying that, the two of them stood up and walked to the room next door. At this moment, Feng Wen was so angry that she went crazy. Two pretentious people. What the hell? Dad, just you wait and see. What people from the tax bureau? It's all lie. Previously, Feng Shanshan even said that she knew the mayor's niece. Papa Feng did not say anything, but his face was livid. Xiaowen, stop talking. Accompany Mom to the bathroom. Mama Feng could see Feng Shanshan and Feng won from her position. She went to the room opposite. Therefore, she wanted to know who was on the other side. Feng Wen stood up unwillingly and accompanied Mama Feng out of the private room. When they reached the corridor, Mama Feng saw Su Che and the bodyguards at the door. She asked about the service in the private room. Young lady, who are the big shots inside? They even brought a few bodyguards. Oh, it's President Sheng and his wife from Zhongting, who is Mayor Shun's niece. Then who are the two people who went in just now? I'm not sure either, but the two families are very close. When Mama Feng heard this, her expression changed. Then, she turned to look at Feng Wen. Could it be that Feng Shanshan is really related to the Shun family? Feng Wen shook her head, indicating that she was not sure either. Who knows? If they are really related to the Sheng family and the Shun family, then your father will definitely scold you to death when he finds out. Chapter 834. What's the big deal? Mom, it's fine as long as you don't tell Dad. With that, the mother and daughter went to the bathroom. When they returned, Feng Wei was already there. When the mother and daughter sat down, Feng Wei said, Where's second sister? Didn't you say you're having dinner with her? What second sister? She said she doesn't like our family at all. Feng Wen snorted, feeling extremely unhappy. Isn't that normal? Second sister has such a good relationship with Zhongting. It's normal for her to not like us, Feng Wei answered casually. Besides, I heard from the grapevine that Mayor Shun's family has already accepted second sister as their goddaughter. Of course, they don't need to care about poor relatives like us now. After hearing Feng Wei's words, even Papa Feng revealed a surprised expression. Tell me clearly what's going on. Don't you read the gossip news? Second sister and Mu Chi-Chi, Sheng Zhao's woman, are very close sisters. Perhaps they want to be closer, so second sister acknowledged Mu Chi-Chi's father as her godfather. Now, She's like a family with the Shun family. Feng Wei explained as he ate. It's all your fault. You're so engrossed in your work. Why don't you pay attention to the interesting things in the same city? After Papa Feng and the other two heard this, they felt very complicated. Feng Wen and her mother were even more embarrassed and angry because Feng Shanshan really didn't like the Feng family. It was not that she was pretending, but she really didn't like it. Then her husband. I don't know about that. It's said that he's very famous in the police world. Feng Wei was only an 18-year-old boy. He usually went to school, but he liked to interact with girls, so he heard a lot of gossip. People like Shang Xiao and Mu Qiqi were popular in Jinchuan. Okay? The people around them would naturally be mentioned. The three of them stopped talking. They didn't know what to say. The family was no longer in the mood to eat. They could only wait for Feng Wei to wolf down his food. Now, there was only one thought in Papa Feng's mind. If what Tang Yin said about the tax bureau was true, then, before Feng Wei finished eating, he saw a group of people coming out of the opposite room. It was Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan. No matter how slow Papa Feng was, it was impossible for him not to recognize Shang Xiao. In fact, the two women were walking in front, while Shang Xiao and Tang Yin were walking side by side behind them. The scene of the four of them was very beautiful. But this scene made Papa Feng feel very uncomfortable because he knew that he had offended the so-called poor son-in-law. As for Feng Wen, although she felt very unwilling, she also knew how unreachable these people were. Therefore, she no longer doubted Feng Shanshan's words, nor would she look for trouble with Feng Shanshan. Among the four of them, only Mama Feng was terrified because she saw the change in her husband's expression. Then, when she mentioned paying the bill, she was told, "Madam, the customer opposite has already paid the bill for you. Furthermore, he left a message for you. If you bully others, you will have to pay the price." This, we don't know. Mama Feng was at a loss. Go home. Papa Feng took a deep breath. He knew that his relationship with Feng Shanshan could not be salvaged. However, he was worried about the tax issue. From the moment he found out about Tang Yin and Feng Shanshan's identities, he began to tremble in fear. At this moment, Feng Wen did not say anything. She could only remain silent, because she knew that if she spoke, Papa Feng would definitely settle the score with her about finding trouble with Feng Shanshan. On the other side, Mu Qiqi and the other three changed places to eat. This was because Mu Qiqi finally realized that people could not be vegetarians. If it were me, I wouldn't pay for that family's sake. Mu Qiqi felt that Feng Shanshan's money had been spent unjustly. I hope they know what's good for them. With the two of you revealing your identities, that family can only admit defeat, Feng Shanshan said with a smile. Feng Shanshan smiled. I thought you were going to think of some tricks to humiliate that family. To deal with those self-righteous people, you just need to let them know that they're really nothing. That's the best punishment. If the Feng family still has face, they won't disturb you again. Mu Qiqi snorted. I don't think they will. After Feng Shanshan said that, she subconsciously looked at Tang Yin. You've been wronged. Tang Yin had been silent, but he held Feng Shanshan's hand tightly and said, Your father is right. But I have nothing, and I have a big family's trouble. I don't care. I don't care either. Feng Shanshan quickly added, afraid that Tang Yin would misunderstand. Then about the tax bureau, wait for a good show tomorrow. He was indeed just a lousy police officer. Moreover, he had no power or influence. However, over the years, he had built up a lot of connections and friends. It was naturally impossible for him to deal with a company like Zhongting, but it was not a problem for him to deal with Hanwen. Moreover, there was a problem with Hanwen itself. That's good too. Let that family look down on you. Speaking of Tang Yin's background, if his parents were still alive, he would be a director or something like that by now. Even so, although his parents had passed away, his influence was still there. It was not difficult for him to get something done. Then, the four of them went to another German restaurant. When Mu Qiqi saw the steak, her eyes lit up. This is what you call dinner. Feng Shanshan laughed silently, especially when she saw Mu Qiqi cutting the steak. It was so neat and thick that it really made one's imagination run wild. Seeing you cut it like this, I've lost my appetite. I can't help it. It's an occupational disease. Mu Qiqi expressed that she could eat very well. Sheng Xiao and Tang Yin looked at each other. The two men did not say anything. That night, the two men were just going through the motions, especially Sheng Xiao. Actually, there was no need for him to come personally. As long as Mu Qiqi announced his man's name, the Feng family would still be afraid. We've achieved our goal. Can we stop for a few days? Mu Qiqi tilted her head and looked at Sheng Xiao with a smile. When will I stop? Sheng Xiao really wanted to grab her and beat her up, but it was not appropriate for him to do so in public. It's rare that it's just a few of us. Let's drink some wine, Mu Qiqi suggested, but Tang Yin and Sheng Xiao rejected her in unison. No need. No need. Shan Shan is pregnant. I still have to take care of the pregnant woman. Mu Qiqi could accept this reason. After all, it was Tang Yin. But what about Sheng Xiao? Mu Qiqi looked at him, not understanding. You should rest early tonight. Mu Qiqi clicked her tongue. The two of them had always slept at 11 o'clock at home. It was not even 8 o'clock yet. Chapter 835. On the way home after the small gathering, Feng Shanshan kept staring at Tang Yin. Perhaps Tang Yin knew what she was thinking, so he waited until he entered the door before saying to her, I don't mind, but I mind. Feng Shanshan hugged him and said, My husband is not a lousy police officer. In my heart, you're a hero. No one has the right to look down on you because you've made an indelible contribution to the stability and prosperity of this city. Isn't that enough? Tang Yin smiled. I don't mind what others think of me. I just want you not to be bullied by anyone. Feng Shanshan leaned into Tang Yan's arms and couldn't help but get angry with him. Tang Yan's voice immediately became hoarse. He held her hand and didn't let her move. I'll hurt you. Just be careful. Dr. Song told me that it won't be a problem after 3 months. If you can't help it, it's fine. When Tang Yin saw Feng Shanshan blushing, he knew that she was angry. She was pregnant and it was not easy to vent, so he carried the woman to the bed and carefully tried to please her. After she was released, he immediately went to the bathroom and took a cold shower. Feng Shanshan couldn't bear to see him like this. Why was this man so stupid? You don't have to do this. No, for the sake of you and the child. He could endure it, although a certain part of him was unreasonably firm. It was also late at night. After Mu Qiqi took a shower, she climbed onto Sheng Xiao's legs, as usual. However, Sheng Xiao held her hands down. Sleep early tonight. Mu Qiqi finally understood what was going on. This person had been avoiding her since last night, and was still unwilling to touch her today. What's wrong? It was easy for the little thing to notice the sudden estrangement. After all, she knew what Sheng Xiao's words and actions meant. Sheng Xiao put down the document and sat up straight. Then, he looked at the little thing seriously. Think about it yourself. What time should it be these few days? Mu Qiqi thought about it. Logically speaking, these few days should be her menstrual period. She had always been punctual. However, it was already 2 days late, and she still hadn't come. Her entire body trembled. You mean Mu Qiqi looked down at her lower abdomen. White and smooth, without a trace of fat. Could it be that there was a little life inside? After all, that night on Mount Yueying, Master Xiao did not use any contraceptives and did not let her take any medicine. Although Fifth Anne had been nursing her, there were always exceptions, right? At that thought, Mu Qiqi's mood suddenly became very complicated. Looking into Sheng Xiao's eyes, she said seriously, Why don't we go buy a pregnancy test? Sheng Xiao pursed his lips tightly. He never thought that he would make such a mistake again. Seeing that he was unmoved, Mu Qiqi immediately slid down from his lap and went back to the bedroom to change her clothes. Sheng Xiao got up and followed Mu Qiqi without saying a word. When he saw that Mu Qiqi was about to leave with her wallet, he grabbed her wrist. I'll go. Let's go together. Mu Qiqi looked into Sheng Xiao's eyes seriously. Sheng Xiao could not refuse, so he held Mu Qiqi's hand and went downstairs together. Mama Sheng asked casually when she saw them going out so late at night. Mom, you guys go to sleep first. There's something on Shanshan's side. I'll go over and take a look. Mama Sheng did not suspect anything. After watching TV with Papa Sheng, they went back to their room to rest. In fact, it was already 10 o'clock at night. At this time, there were very few pharmacies that were open. Sheng Xiao drove Mu Chi-Chi to several places. Finally, they stopped in front of a 24-hour pharmacy. Mu Chi-Chi tilted her head to look at Sheng Xiao and said, "I'll go. It's not convenient for a man like you." Sheng Xiao held Mu Chi-Chi's hand and got out of the car. At this time, who cared if he was a man or not? Sheng Xiao entered the pharmacy and bought all the pregnancy test papers. There were all kinds of them. Mu Chi-Chi was a little embarrassed when she saw the big bag full of them. Actually, just a few of them are enough. Buy them and prepare them. Mu Chi-Chi did not say anything else. In fact, her mind was in a mess, especially when she saw Sheng Xiao's unhappy expression. Could it be that her pregnancy was a burden to him? The two of them carried the things home. Then, Sheng Xiao took out several types of test papers and handed them to Mu Chi-Chi. Go. Mu Chi-Chi's emotions were very complicated. Who would test 5 or 6 at once? If I really have it. Go first. Sheng Xiao sent her into the bathroom and closed the door. Mu Chi-Chi held the test papers. Her head was empty and very swollen. She had been envious of Feng Shanshan before, but when it was really her turn, she was nervous and began to be suspicious. Then, she opened the 5 boxes of pregnancy tests and checked them according to the instructions. After a while, she lined up the 5 pregnancy tests in a row and squatted on the toilet to observe them carefully. A minute later, there was a subtle change in her expression. Are you done? All the pregnancy tests had 2 red lines on them. She was pregnant. She was pregnant with Sheng Xiao's child. However, she felt that Sheng Xiao did not seem happy. So, when Sheng Xiao asked, she did not know how to answer, especially since she was afraid that Sheng Xiao would ask her not to have their child. So, Mu Chi-Chi did not say anything for a long time until Sheng Xiao opened the bathroom door. His gaze swept across the items on the sink, and he understood what was going on. However, his expressionless face fell into Mu Chi-Chi's eyes. Come out. The toilet is cold. Sheng Xiao reached out to hug her. Mu Chi-Chi felt a little sad. She wrapped her arms around Sheng Xiao's neck and said, You're not happy. Sheng Xiao, let me tell you. If you ask me to abort our child between us, I'll ignore you for the rest of my life. Mu Chi-Chi could not say anything too decisive because she was afraid that Sheng Xiao would take it seriously. You're in school now. You're not even 22 years old. So what? The child is already in my stomach. You're not allowed to say no. Mu Chi-Chi was anxious and struggled in Sheng Xiao's arms. Let's go for a good checkup tomorrow to make sure, Sheng Xiao said calmly as he put her on the bed. Mu Chi-Chi saw that he did not seem happy at all, so she became depressed. I know you don't want children now, but I'm already pregnant. This is our child. What about school? I can take a year off? Mu Chi-Chi answered without thinking. You have to bring a child with you wherever you go in the future. Chapter 836. You can go this crazy for me. Sheng Xiao stood in front of Mu Chi-Chi, slightly resigned to his fate. Do you know how much harm it will do to my body if I abort the child? Of course, Sheng Xiao knew that he was just angry at himself. I just don't want you to take care of a child at such a young age. You still have a lot of youth to enjoy. Mu Chi-Chi did not answer him. She just grabbed his warm hand and placed it on her lower abdomen. She said to him, Feel it. This is our child. Not to mention that I'm not even 22 years old now. Even if I'm only 20 years old, I'll still want it. This is our child. I can't bear to abort it. Sheng Xiao slowly pulled her into his arms. What should I do with you? Just listen to me. I want to give birth to the child. This is our child. At this moment, Mu Chi-Chi's tone was very firm and full of hope. If it were any other woman at this age, the first thing she would consider would be her studies, her future, and even that she would not be able to live freely in the future. She would feel that her life was completely bound by the child. However, Mu Chi-Chi was not afraid of these problems at all. She insisted that this was their child. Of course, Sheng Xiao could not bear to hurt her body, but he did not want her to be tied up by the child and make such a huge sacrifice for him. So, Shang Xiao could not sleep that night. In his 30-year-old life, this was the only thing that could make him stay up all night. There was only guilt and heartache left in his heart. The next day, Mu Qiqi woke up in Shang Xiao's arms. Seeing his tired eyes, she could not help but reach out and touch the corner of his eyebrows. Haven't you thought it through? You can continue thinking, but I won't abort the child. I know I'm still young, but I've thought about it many times in my mind. After the child is born, whether it will be a boy or a girl, whether it will look like you or me, I think it's a very magical thing because it means that we will never be able to part with each other. Xiao Xiao, let's keep this child, okay? Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He just leaned close to the little one's eyebrows and kissed her gently. I've already asked Su Che to make an appointment. We'll go for a checkup together later to confirm it. Promise me that you won't not want the child. Of course I want it. I want you and the child. Because abortion was extremely harmful to the mother's body. Even though Sheng Xiao had doubts and his heart ached, one night of thinking was enough for him to think clearly about the direction of the future. Mu Qiqi was finally relieved when she received this answer. She quickly reached out and hugged Sheng Xiao. Master Xiao, you're going to be a father. Xiao did not feel that. This was because the child was too young. Sheng Xiao did not believe it. Sheng of Xiao Xiao did not believe because of this. Xiao, carry me up. Mu Qiqi leaned into his arms and whined. Xiao of Xiao, Mu Qiqi of Xiao of the Xiao of Qiqi. You, Mu of Mu Qiqi smiled when she felt that she was surrounded by a tall figure. She felt very warm. We'll wash up like this from now on. It's very safe. Sheng Xiao rinsed his mouth with his right hand while his left hand wrapped around Mu Qiqi's neck. When they were done washing up, Sheng Xiao turned Mu Qiqi around and instructed her carefully. Since you're pregnant, you can't be like before. You have to walk carefully and be careful when you use knives. I'll help you apply for a leave of absence from school. You can't smell those strange smells and poisonous gases anymore. At that, Mu Qiqi wrapped her arms around his neck and nodded firmly. Yes, sir. They had not gone to the hospital for a checkup, so Sheng Xiao did not tell his family about it. While the two of them were washing up, a small episode happened. At about 8:30 a.m., the Hanwen group welcomed the police. Papa Feng could not help but tremble. When Fengwen saw this, she did not dare to make sound. How could she have known that the lousy police officer that her whole family despised would actually be related to someone from the tax bureau? I'm sorry, Chairman Feng. I'll have to trouble you to make a trip, the leading police officer said to Papa Feng. When Papa Feng heard this, he felt his vision turn black and he collapsed to the ground. At 9 o'clock in the morning, Sheng Xiao brought Mu Qiqi to the obstetrics and gynecology hospital. When the doctor saw that she was so young, she smiled. You've decided to be a mother at such a young age? Do you like children? I don't like other people's children. I like my own, Mu Qiqi answered in a relaxed tone. Go in. The doctor will give you a good checkup. The kind-looking doctor arranged all the checkup items for Mu Qiqi. Sheng Xiao was waiting outside the door. When Su Che saw this, he could roughly guess what was going on. Is young madam pregnant? In the future, I'll leave her safety to you. Sheng Xiao looked at Su Che solemnly. I don't trust anyone else. Okay. Su Che only had one word for it. It was difficult for Sheng Xiao to say the word trust. Therefore, Su Che swore in his heart that he would never let down the president's trust in his life. A moment later, it was time for the ultrasound. Sheng Xiao followed her into the ultrasound room. Mu Qiqi was lying on the bed. Sheng Xiao saw the cold instrument moving around Mu Qiqi's abdomen. In the middle of her womb, there was a small dot. It was their crystallization. Congratulations. The baby is 40 days old. It's this small dot. It will quickly grow in your stomach. Mu Qiqi's eyes turned red because this time she confirmed that she was pregnant with Xiao Zhao's baby. You're still new parents, so go back and read more parenting books. The things to take note of are also in the books. Congratulations. After the checkup, Mu Qiqi pulled down her clothes and patted her abdomen. It was in this place that her and Xiao Zhao's baby were contained. When Sheng Xiao saw her like this, a corner of his heart seemed to be tugged fiercely. Then, he picked her up. Xiao Xiao, I'm really pregnant. Really? Silly thing. This is the first photo of the baby. Mu Chi-Chi held it in her hand and couldn't close the corners of her mouth. I really want to tell the world. You can't tell anyone except your family, Sheng Xiao reminded her. In the future, you have to go to dangerous places less. And don't get close to dangerous people. I'm a father now. My mouth is also full of nonsense. Mu Chi-Chi was in Sheng Xiao's arms excitedly. Xiao Xiao, are you happy that I'm pregnant? Is that so? Yes. Sheng Xiao answered coolly. At this time, men hid their feelings deep in their hearts. It was impossible for them to say it out loud. Are you really happy? Sheng Xiao did not answer this time. He just hugged Mu Chi-Chi even tighter. Mu Chi-Chi smiled, satisfied. This damn man only knew how to act cool. I'll go to your school in the afternoon. You can rest at home. Okay. Mu Chi-Chi answered secretly because she was still a little reluctant. But it was okay. After giving birth to the baby, she could still go back and continue doing what she liked. Chapter 837. Mu Chi-Chi wanted to take a leave of absence, and Sheng Xiao personally went to the school to handle the procedures for her. This surprised the dean. CEO, Sheng, Chi-Chi has been studying well. Why is it so sudden? She's sick and needs to rest. Sheng Xiao did not mention the pregnancy. After all, he was already worried about this precious treasure of his before she was pregnant. Now that she was pregnant, her safety was even more of a headache. If it's very serious, then she does need a rest. I really didn't expect such an outstanding child like Chi-Chi. The dean could not help but sigh. No, it should be said that it was a pity. When she recovers, she will come back. Feng Shanshan had left, and now Mu Chi-Chi had left. Although the dean felt that it was a pity, there was nothing he could do. Also, I hope that you can handle this matter in a low-key manner. Okay, I understand. The dean nodded in understanding. Mu Chi-Chi was a famous person to begin with. If she suddenly did not come to class, it would definitely cause criticism from others. Don't worry, CEO Sheng. Sheng Xiao personally settled the matter before returning to Zhongting. He asked his secretary to spare 2 days. After giving instructions, he brought Suche back to the Banyan courtyard. Papa Sheng was working in Zhongting. Mama Sheng and fifth aunt were preparing lunch at home. When they saw Sheng Xiao, they were a little surprised. Eighth brother, you rarely come back at noon. Sheng Xiao did not answer his mother's question. Instead, he turned to fifth aunt and said, don't prepare any ingredients that are not good for pregnant women. CEO Sheng, are you going to give Miss Feng a tonic? Fifth aunt misunderstood. It's Chi-er, Sheng Xiao answered, standing at the entrance of the kitchen. Then he saw the 2 women in the house petrified. Mama Sheng immediately reacted. Eighth brother, do you mean that Chi-Chi is pregnant? I went for a checkup this morning. It's been more than a month, Sheng Xiao answered calmly. When Mama Sheng saw this, she pushed him to the side and said, are you serious? Usually, looking at you, I thought you would have to wait a few more years. Why is it so sudden? Although it's an accident, don't you want a grandson? Sheng Xiao frowned slightly when he saw Mama Sheng's strange attitude. What are you saying? You bastard. I just feel that it's unfair for Chi-Chi to be a mother at such a young age. Mama Sheng couldn't help but hit her son. Since you have it, of course it's the family's treasure. Mom, Chi really cares about this child. Help her. She doesn't care about the child. She cares about you. Do you think women like to have children? Isn't it all for the man she loves? She wants the 2 of them to have the crystallization of their love. Mama Sheng rolled her eyes at him. You should also treat Chi-Chi well. She's your flesh and blood. Love her well. I know. No one else knows about this, right? Mama Sheng asked him. Since he just came back from the hospital, it meant that he had not told anyone. No, then let's not talk about it for now. We'll talk about it after 3 months. I was wondering why you came back in the middle of the day. Go and accompany her. I thought Chi-Chi was on leave today. Speaking of which, what about the school? Remembering that Mu Chi-Chi was still a university student, Mama Sheng slapped her son again. Mu Chi-Chi couldn't even go to school because of you. I've already arranged for her to take a break from school. When the child is born, Chi-er can go back to school. This was Mama Sheng's worry at the beginning. She thought that Mu Chi-Chi was young and the two of them couldn't be synchronized in this aspect. She was also prepared to be a grandmother a few years later. Who knew that Mu Chi-Chi would give her such an exciting one? Mom, thank you for the trouble. You're my son. What else can I do? After saying that, Mama Sheng turned around and returned to Fifth Aunt. It seems that we have to make this meal again. Fifth Aunt chuckled. In fact, she knew that Mama Sheng was very happy. Madam, it's a happy occasion for the family to have a child. Who said it isn't? It's just that Chi-Chi is wrong, that child. If I were her, I would never give birth to eighth brother's child in my life. Although she said that, Mama Sheng still went out immediately to buy some fresh vegetables at the mall. Pregnant women needed to be taken good care of. Mu Chi-Chi lay on the bed at home and felt like she was dreaming. When she saw Feng Shanshan pregnant before, she was envious to the bone. Now, she actually had one herself. Moreover, the baby came without any warning. Thinking of this, Mu Chi-Chi lowered her head and looked at her abdomen. Baby, to tell you the truth, Mommy wanted to give birth to your father's child when I was 17. Do you know how much Mommy likes him? Although you came very suddenly, how do you understand Mommy's inner needs so well? You came just like that. Your father can't do anything to us at all. Mu Chi-Chi was talking to herself in the room, while Sheng Xiao stood at the door and eavesdropped. I'm not that helpless against you. Hearing this familiar voice, Mu Chi-Chi blushed and looked at the door. Why are you back? Sheng Xiao walked in front of Mu Chi-Chi and hugged her to sit on his lap. His expression became serious. Since you want this child, you can't be as willful as before. You can't hit people anymore. I didn't know at that time. Mu Chi-Chi knew that Sheng Xiao was hinting at her to slap Feng Wan. The school has already completed the procedures for you. If I suddenly don't go to school, the school will definitely have a lot of speculations. Mu Chi-Chi felt that she didn't want so many people to know that someone was now eyeing the Sheng and Shun families covetously. She didn't want to be so high profile and become a target for others to threaten Sheng Xiao. The school will help cover it up. There's no need to worry. Sheng Xiao hugged her and looked at her. A 17-year-old girl suddenly grew up and was about to become a mother. He seemed to be unable to adapt to this change. You want to give birth to my child at 17? You're very bold. I know what you're thinking. You think that I'm still young and can still enjoy my youth. There's no need to be tied down by a child. But, Xiao Xiao, let me tell you in my heart, if I can have a child like you and be with you every day, I will feel that it's a different life. Life is full of changes. Who said that a girl's youth should be free? With a child, I can also enjoy my youth. So, don't always feel guilty about me. You're not a fish. How can you know the joy of fish? Sheng Xiao stared at this thing carefully and felt relieved. At the same time, he felt proud. How infatuated was this thing with him that she was so brave that she wasn't even afraid of giving birth to a child. Just thinking about it made his body react. Chapter 838. Sheng Xiao pressed the little thing down with a calm expression. If you mess around again, I'll deal with you somewhere else. Mu Chi-Chi did not dare to act rashly. However, when she thought about not being able to have sex for 10 months, could this man hold back? Xiao Xiao, it's only the first day, and you're already so angry. How can you stand it for 10 months? What do you want to say? Just say it. Sheng Xiao looked at it with a faint smile. Did it think he couldn't tell that there was a hidden meaning in its words? What if you want it? I've heard that men are most likely to cheat when a woman is pregnant. Sheng Xiao's gaze slowly moved from Mu Chi-Chi's little face to her chest. You should be a lot bigger after you get pregnant when the time comes. Old hooligan. Mu Chi-Chi quickly covered her heart and said, Are you still afraid? This time, Mu Chi-Chi was serious. She reached out and hugged him. I believe in my man. He's a picky eater. Not everyone can catch his eye. Let's go to the Shun family in the afternoon. It was one thing to hide it from the others, but it was impossible to hide it from the two elders. Mu Chi-Chi had no objection. She believed that her father and grandfather would be happy for her. Xiao Xiao, I really have your baby. A baby that belongs to both of us. Yeah, Sheng Xiao's tone was indifferent. I'm really happy. Idiot. The child had just been placed in Mu Chi-Chi's belly, so Sheng Xiao did not have such a strong feeling. He only knew that this little thing must not be touched in the future. It was his rare treasure. During lunch, Mama Sheng kept telling Mu Chi-Chi about the precautions of pregnancy. After all, she knew how bold this child was. But now was a special period. Mu Chi-Chi had to be extra careful. Mu Chi-Chi remembered everything in her heart. Who asked her to care about this child more than Xiao Xiao? After lunch, Sheng Xiao held Mu Chi-Chi's hand and walked to the Shun family's house to digest the food. Huang Yu and Shun Jianchuan were not at home. Grandpa Shun was fishing at the fish pond, as usual. When he saw the two of them, he felt a little strange. Eighth brother, is the company so free? You actually came to see me at this time. Don't blame him. He did it to accompany me. Mu Chi-Chi said cheerfully. Why don't you go to school? The old man twisted his body and looked at the young couple. His expression suddenly became anxious. What happened? It's okay. You don't have to be so nervous. Mu Chi-Chi quickly waved her hand. It's just that you're going to be a great-grandfather. After hearing that, Grandpa Shun understood what Mu Chi-Chi meant. Then he put down the fishing rod and looked at Mu Chi-Chi's belly. You're pregnant? Yeah. Mu Chi-Chi nodded. Old Eight, speak. Grandpa Shun seemed to think that Mu Chi-Chi's words were not trustworthy. This child liked to joke, so he asked Sheng Xiao instead. Sheng Xiao did not say anything, but nodded to show that it was true. That's a good thing. This is my first great-grandson. Grandpa Shun was delighted, but after a while, he frowned and pointed at Sheng Xiao. Eighth brother, come with me to the study. Mu Chi-Chi was stunned for a moment. Why did this person suddenly turn hostile? Mu Chi-Chi watched as the two entered the study. She did not know what Grandpa Shun wanted to say to Xiao Xiao. A man's heart was like a needle at the bottom of the ocean. In the study, Grandpa Shun paced back and forth with his hands behind his back. No matter how he thought about it, he felt that something was wrong. Eighth brother, you're too selfish. How old is Xiao Qi? Just let her. Let her. Grandpa, it's my fault. I couldn't protect her well. Sheng Xiao did not explain. But there's one thing I can promise you. Whether she gives birth or not, I won't use anything to restrain her. Grandpa Shun believed that too. Compared to Xiao Qi, he had watched Sheng Xiao grow up. This child used to be frivolous and did things based on his mood. But after being with Mu Chi-Chi all these years, he had become mature and steady. Moreover, he knew how much Sheng Xiao doted on his baby. Of course, I'm happy that she's pregnant. I just need to emphasize one thing, and that's safety. You know that there are people eyeing our two families now. I don't want Xiao Qi to take this disaster at this juncture. I don't plan to announce it to the public until Qi gives birth to the baby. During this period, let Qi claim that she's sick, Sheng Xiao replied. Yes, this is the safest way at the moment. Not letting others know would reduce the attention of others. You young people should arrange these things yourselves. But don't forget what you promised me. You can't let Qi suffer any grievances. I know. The two of them did not stay in the study for long, but it was enough for Mu Chi-Chi to stretch her head. After a while, the two of them came out of the study. Mu Chi-Chi quickly went up to him. Grandpa, do you blame Xiao Xiao? Don't blame him. It's me who wants to keep this baby. He thinks I'm still young. You? Grandpa Shin nudged her head. You're going to be a mother soon. You can't be like before and do whatever you want. Eighth brother spoils you, but you have to know your limits. I know, Mu Chi-Chi replied as she touched her head. I know. Tell your father later. Then, take good care of yourself and give birth to a healthy baby. Do you understand? Grandpa, don't worry. When that time comes, the whole family would treasure this child. Mu Chi-Chi could already imagine that she might not be able to hold her own child in the future. Grandpa Shun snorted and returned to his world. Mu Chi-Chi looked at Sheng Xiao and said, I want to wait here for Dad to come back and tell him the news personally. If you have something to do in Zhongteng, go and do it. You won't worry about me staying with the Shun family, right? I came out for 2 days just to accompany you. I'm only worth 2 days for you to come out for. Little one, don't be too proud. I'll find a book to record everything you've done. When you give birth, I'll settle everything with you one by one. Sheng Xiao hugged her, but there was a sporadic smile at the corner of his mouth. I don't believe you can bear to. The two of them waited in Shan Jianchuan's antique room. Half an hour later, they saw Shun Jianchuan coming back. Dad, Shun Jianchuan glanced at the two of them. He was also puzzled. After a moment, his gaze moved down to Mu Chi-Chi's lower abdomen. This person was more meticulous than the old man. He knew that if it were not for this situation, the two of them would not have waited for him here at this time. You're going to be a mother? Why are you so wise? Mu Chi-Chi immediately praised. We don't even need to say anything. Chapter 839. It's been more than a month, Mu Chi-Chi answered proudly. Shun Jianchuan glanced at the two of them. Finally, his gaze landed on Shang Xiao. Come with me. No. Don't you all have to capture Xiao Xiao for a talk? Mu Chi-Chi didn't know whether to laugh or cry. However, Shun Jianchuan didn't want to scold Shang Xiao. Instead, he handed the information he had brought back to Shang Xiao. It's good that you're here. It saves me the trouble of making another trip. Although these grudges have nothing to do with the Shang family, you're now the son-in-law of the Shun family, Chi-Chi's husband, and soon the father of the child. There are some things you have to know. Shang Xiao took the information from Shun Jianchuan and slowly opened it. More than 20 years ago, when the old man was still a brigade commander in the army, he once carried out a special military order to escort a very important researcher to a military base 300 miles away from Jianchuan. However, during the process, something went wrong and he fell into the enemy's ambush. At that time, the Song family was a well-known local entrepreneur, but they colluded with criminals and hid the researcher in their home. The old man was ordered to rescue the hostage, but the Song family framed him many times and almost took his life. In the end, the old man completed his mission. However, the Song family suffered heavy casualties. At the end of the day, they were just ordinary people, but the Song family did extraordinary things. So, in the end, their fate was not unjust. More than 20 years have passed, and so many things have happened in Jianchuan recently. Although the Shun family has made many enemies because of second brother, it's not impossible to say that it's because of the grudges from more than 20 years ago. I want to find out. There were a total of 5 people in the Song family at that time. 4 of them were lying in the cemetery, and the other one is missing. I'm telling you all this now because I hope that you can be more vigilant. After all, Xiao Qi is pregnant now. If the other party uses her as a target, it's equivalent to strangling our throats. Sheng Xiao closed the information and already knew what to do. I know what to do. Xiao Qi is pregnant. Take good care of her. Don't be like her mother. With that, Shun Jianchuan patted Sheng Xiao's shoulder. Actually, I shouldn't be worried. Everyone can see how much you love Xiao Qi. Outside the room, Mu Chi-Chi was already waiting impatiently. She was the one who was pregnant, not Xiao Xiao. Why were they all asking Xiao Xiao? Just as she was about to knock on the door, the two of them finally walked out of the room. Mu Chi-Chi rolled her eyes at Shang Xiao. Scolded again? Looks like I need to go to that loudspeaker and shout, I want this child. It has nothing to do with you. How is it not related? Isn't he the father of the child? Shun Jianchuan glared at her. You're already going to be a mother, yet you're still so willful. I'm being wronged. How am I willful? Mu Chi-Chi pointed at her nose and asked. All of them knew that she was pregnant and dragged her husband away. How could they talk to her? All right, let's go home. Sheng Xiao took the folder and held Mu Chi-Chi's hand. As they walked home, Mu Chi-Chi could not help but think. Xiao Xiao, do you all think that I shouldn't have this child? No one said that. You're overthinking it, Shang Xiao replied calmly. Then if you were 2 years older, everyone would have let nature take its course. However, since you're already pregnant, everyone is very happy. After hearing this, Mu Chi-Chi was finally satisfied. She was pregnant, and her emotions had become sensitive. She was not so suspicious in the past. Just now, Dad told me a few things. I want to find out if it's related to Bai Sinny's case. So, from tomorrow onwards, I'll announce that you're seriously ill and have to stay at home to recuperate. This also means that you won't be able to go out in the future until the child is born. Mu Chi-Chi stopped in her tracks when she heard this. If Sheng Xiao felt that it was serious, then she could not be willful. Then, can we go to Feng Shanshan's house? Try not to, if you want Dad and I to be at ease. Mu Chi opened her mouth and realized that something big might have happened. She nodded. I know the severity. I've already said that I'm not a burden to you. Since you don't let me go out, I won't go out. I'll stay at home and take care of the baby. If there's a chance, I'll take you out for a walk. Got it. Mu Chi nodded. She could not do anything at this time. Of course, if the time is right, I still hope that you can tell me about this. I can also know what we're guarding against. Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He just patted Mu Chi-Chi's head dotingly. When he figured it out, he would consider telling this little one. For an entire month, Sheng Bowen had been declared innocent, but Sheng Kai was still curled up in this small Chongrong electronics. After he fell out with Gu Xiling, he did not go back, and Gu Xiling did not appear either. A month ago, he had received a certain message from a certain person, but at that time, he had ignored it. However, he could not deny that during this month, his heart had often been in turmoil because he did not know what choice he should make. During this month, Jinbo did not contact him, but Sheng Kai knew that Cheng Bin was working for Jinbo. Jinbo had even sent other helpers. The target was Tang Yin. The afternoon weather was already very hot. Sheng Kai thought that at least for the time being, he should not see Gu Xiling. However, he did not expect that she would directly rush to the company and be aggressive. Sheng Kai, look at what you've done. Gu Xiling threw the phone with the chat history open in front of Sheng Kai. Why are you here again? Sheng Kai did not even bother to look at her. I've always turned a blind eye to you messing around outside. Now that you've gotten your mistress pregnant, she's already here. What do you want me to do? Without another word, Sheng Kai looked for the security guard. Drag Gu Xiling out of my office. Sheng Kai, do you still want our marriage? Whoever wants it can take it, Sheng Kai answered directly. You scum. Without me, you're nothing. How dare you have a child with another woman behind my back? How dare you give birth to one? Sheng Kai, let me tell you, I'll definitely make you wish you were dead. Sheng Kai did not react to Gu Xiling's warning because he had already given up. This woman's humiliation was endless. From the beginning, the two of them should not have taken marriage seriously. Besides, wasn't it difficult for him to get a woman pregnant? If it was true that someone was pregnant with his child, he would definitely divorce Gu Xiling and remarry her. Chapter 840. That night, Sheng Kai came out of the company. As soon as he entered the underground parking lot, he was pressed to the ground by a few men with a sack over his head and beaten up. The other party was obviously ruthless. It was not until Sheng Kai could not move that the few of them were afraid that he would die and hurriedly ran away. Sheng Kai lay on the ground. At that moment, he felt that his body was in so much pain that it was about to split open. He did not need to think too much to know who had sent them. Other than Gu Xiling, who had gone crazy during the day, there was no one else. Thinking of this, Sheng Kai clenched his fists. Now that he had been betrayed by his family, he had been pushed into a pit of fire by Gu Xiling's grandfather. His life was worse than death. He did not dare to run away from Jinbo because he did not want to end up like Sheng Kai. However, what could he do while curled up in such a small space? What could he do? In his mind, he suddenly thought of the text message from a month ago. Sheng Kai lay on the ground and took out his phone from his leather bag. He flipped to the text message with bloodstains on it. I promise you, but I want to borrow Jinbo's hand to make the Gu family suffer a fate worse than death. So wait for me first. The humiliation that Gu Xiling had brought him was enough. Late at night, Mu Chi came out of the bathroom and saw Sheng Xiao texting someone, so she leaned her little head over. Sheng Xiao immediately turned off his phone and looked at her. Didn't we agree that you're not allowed to fool around until you find out what's going on? Then how do I know you're not texting with some beautiful woman? Sheng Xiao hugged her and put his phone aside. This one is about to go to heaven. How many more? Am I that free in your heart? I'm just teasing you. I'm a little sleepy. She did not know if it was a psychological effect, but Mu Chi felt that pregnant women should be sleepy. Sheng Xiao touched her hair and made sure that it was not wet. Then, he picked her up and placed her on the bed. Sleep. Sing me a song? This thing's ability to torture people was increasing day by day. You can ask me to tell you a story, but you can't ask me to sing for you. Men all had a bottom line. Muchichi smiled and admitted defeat. Then tell me a story. Once upon a time, there was a high-spirited brigade commander. One day, he suddenly received a special military order to escort an important researcher to a research base 300 miles away from the army. Muchichi frowned as she listened. When other people told stories, it was either a sleeper or Cinderella. In his mouth, it became a brigade commander carrying out a special mission. But how could she know that it was all the truth about her grandfather? Forget it, Master Xiao. I can't take it anymore. I'm going to sleep. Sheng Zhao's thin lips curled into a smile. Then, he helped Muchichi put down the pillow and turned off the wall lamp. Only then did he leave the bedroom and go to the study. Muchichi's head was spinning. Unexpectedly, the psychological effect was quite effective. She quickly fell asleep and slept very soundly. In the study, Sheng Xiao made a call for help. Soon, the people from the hospital found the place where Sheng Kai had fainted and sent him to the hospital. That's right. It was Sheng Xiao who sent the message a month ago. The only ones who can give you dignity and protect your life are your family and me. If you come back, I'll let bygones be bygones and give you a path with dignity. There are no conditions. Sheng Kai had thought about this message for a month. Although he did not want to admit it, deep in his heart, he believed Sheng Zhao's words because no one kept their promises as much as Sheng Xiao did. However, he felt ashamed. Moreover, he had long since thought that he and the Sheng family were from the same world. However, Gu Ziling's provocation made him suddenly realize that if this continued, he would die outside sooner or later. No one could stop him. At midnight, Jean Bo's car arrived at the hospital. He had received news that Sheng Kai had been hospitalized. For the past month, he had hardly asked about Sheng Kai. He had left him to fend for himself. He had thought that he would think of a way to escape, but he did not have any intention of leaving. On the hospital bed, Sheng Kai was seriously injured. Jean Bo sat beside him, waiting for him to wake up. "Are you feeling better?" "Godfather," Sheng Kai called out softly. "Why are you here?" "I didn't come to see you." "How badly have you been beaten up?" Jean Bo said with some heartache. "Who did this?" Sheng Kai sat up with Jean Bo's help. Then, he opened Sheng Zhao's message and showed it to Jean Bo. "Godfather, Sheng Xiao came to win me over. I've thought about it for a month, but I still only want to stay by your side. The Sheng family has humiliated me enough. I just want Godfather to value me and trust me." Jean Bo read the message, and his heart skipped a beat. "I didn't expect the Sheng family to still care about old ties. They don't care about old ties. They just want to humiliate me, just like Gu Ziling. Godfather, take me with you. I just want to follow you. I just want those people who look down on me to see that they're blind to humiliate me." Jean Bo thought about it carefully and patted Sheng Kai's shoulder. "Rest well first. When you recover, come to Godfather's side. I'll teach you personally." "Godfather, I still have a presumptuous request. The Gu family has treated me like this. I understand what you mean. When you get better, I'll support you in how you want to deal with the Gu family." "Thank you, Godfather." Sheng Kai used Sheng Zhao's message to exchange for Jean Bo's trust. However, he knew that this was only the most basic. There were more tests ahead. However, this did not matter. At least, it was better than being locked up in a small place like Changrong. For 2 consecutive days, Muchichi did not appear in school. This finally attracted the attention of the students and the faculty. However, Muchichi did not have any friends in school. If they wanted to know about her current situation, they could only ask the dean. "She's fine, but she suddenly stopped coming to school. How strange. Could it be that she's been borrowed again? I don't think so. She really treats the school as her home. She can come and go as she pleases." There was a lot of discussion in the school. The dean saw that he could no longer suppress the news. So when he was teaching the students, he explained, "Muchichi has taken a leave of absence from school. Don't make baseless guesses. She's sick. Besides, this is someone else's private matter. Don't worry about it. Just do your part." Just like that, the news of Muchichi's serious illness spread like wildfire. How serious was her illness to the point of taking a leave of absence from school? Chapter 841. But this thing was innately rebellious and liked to go against the grain. Everyone in the family thought that she was pregnant too early, but she didn't think so. Every day, she called Sheng Xiao old man, and it became more and more smooth. Not only that, she even said confidently, "I'm a medical student. I know very well that having a child when you're younger will help you recover faster and have more energy. You won't be afraid of staying up late to feed the baby." Sheng Xiao's face darkened when he heard that she was going to stay up late. "I don't need your help." "What do you mean you don't need me? Don't tell me you have milk for the baby." Sheng Xiao did not want to discuss this with her. She was pregnant, and she was becoming more and more out of control, blurting out everything. Still, he could not bear to think that she would be trapped in such a huge place for the next few months. She was the only one who enjoyed it. On Sunday morning, it was time for Feng Shanshan's prenatal checkup again. Tang Yin was called away by the chief, and she was alone again. Originally, Tang Yin wanted to ask Xiao Xing for help, but Feng Shanshan thought that Mu Qiqi did not have class, so she called her. "Are you free? Accompany your godson for the checkup." I'm not going. Mu Qiqi rubbed her belly and smiled when she realized that she had gotten what she wanted. Feng Shanshan was stunned. She felt that Mu Qiqi was a little strange. "What's wrong with you? What are you giggling about? We're in the same boat now. I'm even more pitiful than you. I'm grounded at home. I can't even go to your house." Feng Shanshan rolled her eyes. No matter how she listened, she could not detect any discomfort in Mu Qiqi's tone. She reacted for a moment. Although Mu Qiqi did not say it explicitly, she still felt that she had guessed correctly. "You're also pregnant?" "Yes, exactly 1 month." Feng Shanshan immediately sat down on the sofa and became excited. "Didn't you say that your CEO has made up his mind to wait until you're 24? It was purely an accident." Mu Qiqi was still excited. It had been a few days, but she was still immersed in joy. "All right then. Your situation is different from mine. I'll go for a prenatal checkup first. We'll talk when I come back." Since Mu Qiqi could not go down, she could only wait for Feng Shanshan to go up herself. "Go. Get someone to accompany you. Don't go alone." Now that she was pregnant, she realized how important safety was. At first, the whole family thought that Mu Qiqi would be bored. But did she look bored at all? Over the next few months, she had planned everything out clearly. She had ordered a lot of tools for learning how to draw, tools for making clothes for the baby, and some handicrafts. When the time came, she would be busier than anyone else. After Feng Shanshan learned that Mu Qiqi was pregnant, she was happy for a long time. She thought to herself, "This is what sisters are. They even got pregnant at the same time." However, with Mu Qiqi's situation, Sheng Xiao deliberately raised her like a national treasure. Then, Feng Shanshan called Tang Yin. In the end, Xiao Xing came over to help and accompanied Feng Shanshan to the hospital. Song Qiaoji saw that Feng Shanshan's complexion was good, so she raised her finger and praised her. "You look better. That's right. Pay attention to calcium in your diet." "I'm sorry, Dr. Song. I couldn't attend your last lecture." "That's nothing. I still have a few more." Song Qiaoji gave her a new activity brochure. "Come when you're free. It's okay." After spending so much time together, Feng Shanshan already had enough trust in Song Qiaoji. She felt that Dr. Song was really beautiful and kind-hearted. Therefore, the next time Song Qiaoji gives a lecture, she plans to bring Tang Yin along to listen to it seriously. After the prenatal checkup, Feng Shanshan went home anxiously and went to the banyan courtyard. Mu Qiqi was waiting at the door. When she saw the pregnant woman, she was very happy. "Is there any problem with the checkup?" "Yes, the child is fine." "What about you?" "Mine is fine too," Mu Qiqi said proudly. "What about the school? You're different from me. Don't you need to go to school?" "I was dropped out of school. There was nothing I could do about it." "I dropped out of school," Mu Qiqi replied casually. "I now understand why you could drop out of school for Captain Tang. Xiao Xiao told the public that I was sick and didn't let anyone know that I was pregnant. That's to protect you." Of course, they were both pregnant. Mu Qiqi couldn't hide the smile in her eyes. "You that happy?" "Of course I'm happy. Think about it. In a few months, your family will have a replica of Tang Yin. I'll have a replica of Master Xiao in my family. Isn't that very interesting? Usually, I can't bully Master Xiao, but it's okay. I can bully his son in the future. Feng Shanshan's heart was different from Mu Qiqi's because Tang Yin was often not at home. If she had a child, it would be able to distract her, and she wouldn't miss that man too much. Since you're pregnant, don't touch forensic stuff. You're a few months pregnant before me, after all. You even know how to teach people a lesson. Mu Qiqi kept Feng Shanshan at home for lunch. In any case, it was all a pregnant woman's meal. Fifth aunt was good at cooking and was good at all kinds of medicinal diets. There were clearly things that were difficult to swallow, but in Fifth aunt's hands, she could turn them into new things. It could be seen that Sheng Xiao was not a servant that he casually hired back then. When Sheng Xiao returned from outside, he saw Feng Shanshan and Mu Qiqi having lunch. For some reason, this thing had been smiling ever since she was pregnant. It had been a few days, but her excitement had not diminished at all. Perhaps because she knew Sheng Xiao's doubts, Fifth Aunt stood in front of Sheng Xiao and said, "Young madam is doing this because of you, sir. Having your flesh and blood is a great joy for her, because the greatest love a woman has for a man is to want to have a child for him. Young madam is happy from the bottom of her heart." It was unknown where her optimism came from. Even though she knew that she would be locked up in the Banyan courtyard for 10 months, she did not look sad at all. How much love did she have? Your CEO is back. Feng Shanshan happened to see Sheng Xiao standing at the door from where she was sitting. She did not notice him just now, so she did not know how long he had been standing at the door. When Mu Qiqi saw this, her smile became even more natural. "Have you eaten?" In the past 2 days, Sheng Xiao had indeed cleared up all his time to accompany her. In the morning, he had only gone to Zhongting to sign an important contract. After signing it, he rushed back eagerly. In fact, the secretary had already heard the news of Mu Qiqi's illness. From the time Sheng Xiao had been at home for the past 2 days, she had deduced that Mu Qiqi's illness was probably true. "CEO, Miss Qiqi, are you all right?" Sheng Xiao had long known that the secretary was a fan of the little thing. So he replied, "I need to rest for a few months. Then please ask her to take care of herself." The secretary was quite worried. Only Zhongting's secretary would be so strange. Chapter 842. Seeing that Sheng Xiao seemed to have something to say, Feng Shanshan was very tactful. "I'm almost done eating. It's time for me to go back. I won't see Tang Yin when he comes home. Let Fifth Aunt send you down." Mu Qiqi stood up. "No need. I'm not so bad that I can't even walk." With that, Feng Shanshan left the table and walked towards the door. When Fifth Aunt saw her, she quickly followed to send her off. The living room instantly quieted down. Sheng Xiao walked to Mu Qiqi's side and rubbed the little thing's head. "Don't smile at everyone. It looks silly." "I'm happy." She was so happy. Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He thought that he was never a person who liked to be sad. But after being with this thing for a few years, his emotions seemed to have long been controlled by her. "Let's go back to the Sheng family for dinner tonight." "Hmm? Can't you just tell the old man? I don't want to cause too much trouble." "The others are too talkative." Mu Qiqi could not help but say. She did not trust the rest of the Sheng family, especially Sixth brother. "I have to find a time to inform my aunt. These are all my dearest people. I want to share this good news with my dearest people. I'll arrange it." This little thing's excitement would probably last for a long time. Forget it. How could he not be happy? This little thing was pregnant with his child and had his blood in her stomach. How could he not be happy? He had never thought that there would be such a day when a family of 3 was like the most beautiful picture in the world. Because the little thing that was about to be born in a few months was half his blood, and the other half was from the woman he loved the most. This was amazing, wasn't it? It turned out that love would really bear fruit in the end. More importantly, according to Fifth Aunt, the highest price a woman could pay to a man was to be willing to give birth to a child for him. How much did Cheer love him to the point of no regrets that she would be so happy for a child? He was going to be a father. In 30 years, he had never had such a strange and proud feeling. In the future, there would be an even smaller thing that would rely on him to survive. What are you thinking about? You're so engrossed. Chi poked the man's chest as she drank the soup. Why don't we stay at my aunt's place for the night? Can I? I said I won't let you out. Are you not going to move? Sheng Zhao's eyes lit up when he saw it. He couldn't help feeling sorry for her. This concerns the safety of you, Daddy, me, and the baby. Why should I do it? I'll be very obedient. He was too silly. Sheng Xiao did not say anything else. He ate lunch with Chi and then took a nap with her. In the afternoon, he had a video conference in the study. In the evening, he brought Chi out. Grandpa Sheng did not know that the two of them would suddenly come over for dinner, so he only prepared a lot of Chi's favorite dishes. The Sheng family's small kitchen had always been excellent. Chi thought about it and liked the Sheng family's dinner very much. Eighth brother, you came back so suddenly. Nothing to say? Old Sheng thought that something was up with Huang Yao. Otherwise, that thing would never go to a temple without a reason. No, I just want to eat. Sheng Xiao answered lazily as he put one hand on Chi's chair. Old Sheng snorted and pointed at him. After you're done eating, come to the study and play chess with me. Don't cry if you lose. It had been many years since the grandfather and grandson had such a harmonious time playing chess. The other members of the Sheng family did not see anything unusual. After dinner, they all went back to their rooms. In the study, Old Sheng looked at Sheng Xiao expectantly. There was a deep meaning in his eyes. Tell me, what's the matter? In the end, he was his grandson. He had watched him grow up, and he knew very well what kind of temper Sheng Xiao had. It's nothing. I just came to tell you that you've leveled up. Sheng Xiao said proudly to Old Sheng, holding the little one's hand beside him. What level? Old Sheng did not understand for a moment. Chi patted her belly when she saw that. Old Sheng immediately understood when he saw that. You're pregnant just like that? What do you mean just like that? Chi was dissatisfied with the old man's choice of words. I never thought that I would be able to see the birth of eighth brother's child in my lifetime. The old man became happy. With your temper in the past, I thought that you would never have children in this life. It's a secret. There's no need for the other Sheng family to know about it, lest it causes unnecessary trouble. Old Sheng knew the gravity of it and nodded. You're a man who's going to be a father now. You're more mature and thoughtful than before. I have nothing to worry about. I'm just worried that this girl is too naughty. Old man, you have to speak with your conscience. Chi rolled her eyes at him. Now that you have a child and Huang Yao is developing well, my wish has been fulfilled. Even if I leave now, I won't have any regrets. The only thing that makes me sad is... Old Sheng smiled bitterly and stopped talking. However, both Chi and Sheng Xiao knew what his ellipsis meant. Sheng Kai had always been a thorn in the old man's side, and there was no way to get rid of it. Eighth brother, take good care of this girl in the future. She suffered a lot because of me. Whether she gives birth to a boy or a girl, my shares will belong to my great-grandson. No one can have any ideas about it. To be honest, did Chi care? Not at all, but it was the old man's intention. Moreover, he had apologized to her on various occasions, so the grudge between the two of them was long gone. Tell me, how bad your taste was. Old Sheng couldn't help but laugh. All right, it's getting late. Let's go home and rest. Sheng Xiao gave Su Zipei a call before he left the house. After leaving Xing Mansion, they went straight to the small mansion. Chi was a little nervous at the thought of meeting her aunt. Moreover, there were many memories of her and Sheng Xiao in the small mansion, especially the trees outside. In the past, Sheng Xiao would always wait for her down there, and they would secretly go out on dates. Is there any place you want to go after visiting your aunt? Sheng Xiao asked Chi in a low voice on the way to the small mansion. I'm a little sleepy. Chi leaned against the front passenger seat and closed her eyes to choose a comfortable position. She fell asleep before they reached the small mansion. Sheng Xiao did not wake her. He just slowed down the car so that she could sleep more peacefully and comfortably. When they reached the small mansion, Sheng Xiao carried her inside. Su Zipei was shocked when she saw him. What's wrong? She's just asleep, Sheng Xiao answered in a low voice. Chapter 843. Perhaps it was because she smelled the familiar scent. Mu Chi slept even more soundly. She found a comfortable position and showed no signs of waking up. Su Zipei saw Sheng Xiao sitting by the bed helplessly, so she immediately said, "Young Master Sheng, let me do it." "No need." Sheng Xiao rejected her softly. Then, he put Mu Chi-Chi's hand back under the blanket and adjusted the temperature in the room. Su Zipei was worried that Sheng Xiao could not take good care of the pregnant woman. Now that she thought about it, she was worrying too much. Then, the two of them turned off the lights and left the room. "Have you had dinner?" Su Zipei asked quickly. "I made some soup. I'll get a bowl for Xiao Qi when she wakes up." "Okay." Sheng Xiao nodded. "Will Xiao Qi have adverse reactions like morning sickness?" Sheng Xiao shook his head. "Not yet. There are people at home to take care of her diet, so you don't have to worry too much, Aunt Zipei." Hearing the word aunt, Su Zipei was a little dazed. But after a while, she said with a smile, "That's because I'm too nervous." When her mother was pregnant with her, she felt uncomfortable for a few months. "I'm afraid that Xiao Qi will be like her mother. But with you here, I don't have to worry too much. Wenwa isn't back yet. I still have to coax the child. You might have to sit by yourself." After going downstairs, Su Zipei apologized to Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao didn't think much of it. "I'll walk around." "That's good. Everything here hasn't changed much from when you left." When Sheng Xiao walked out of the villa, he suddenly thought of the scene when he drove his flashy sports car and stopped in front of the villa. He used a stone to knock on the glass of the little one's room upstairs. Now, that little one was pregnant with his child and was lying quietly in the room, resting. How could he have known that he would be so addicted to that little one? Mu Chi slept soundly, but when she woke up in her aunt's house, she couldn't help but be in a daze. When she woke up, she didn't see Sheng Xiao. Mu Chi quickly got up, but when she saw the familiar furnishings in the room, she suddenly smiled. Here, she had spent the most difficult days of her crush. Looking down from the window, Mu Chi found Sheng Xiao under the tree below. In the past, she had also looked forward to seeing that man downstairs from his place every day. Now that she thought about it, her heart was still moved. A moment later, Su Zipei entered the room with the chicken soup. "You're awake?" "Aunt Zipei." Mu Chi quickly went up to her and asked for a hug. "You're going to be a mother soon, but you're still acting like a child. Young Master Sheng has spoiled you." Su Zipei let her hug the baby and handed her the chicken soup. "Drink it." "Aunt, did I marry the right person?" Mu Chi held the chicken soup in her hands and looked like she was asking for praise. Seeing that, Su Zipei smiled. Back then, young Master Sheng was so frivolous. "I thought that you would suffer if you followed him. After all, a man like him can have any woman he wants. That's why I was very worried when you two got together. But after seeing the two of you together over the last few years, I feel that young Master Sheng is the one who has sacrificed more, which is why I think you're really lucky. Young Master Sheng is, Aunt, no one would despise their niece like this." Mu Chi-Chi's eyes were a little sad. "Now that you're a mother, don't be willful. Think more about young Master Sheng, understand? Sigh, Master Xiao despised me before. I'm the Sheng family's biological child. Now, whether he's in the Shun family or here, he's still your biological child. You can't touch those things anymore, understand? Especially knives. Don't worry, I've already quit school." Mu Chi raised her hand and promised. "Aunt, I don't know how happy I am now. I'll definitely grasp this happiness tightly." The two of them chatted for a while before Sheng Xiao returned. Su Zipei saw that the two of them seemed to have something to say, so she took the porcelain bowl and went out. She closed the door. "You guys should rest. It's very late. What did you do down there?" Mu Chi looked at Sheng Xiao and asked. "I was very disappointed when I woke up and didn't see you." After saying that, Mu Chi hugged Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao hugged her and couldn't help but sigh. "You're so clingy. Then, do you want me to be clingy? Go take a shower." Sheng Xiao carried her horizontally, and the two of them entered the bathroom. It was clearly a thunderstorm, but they couldn't do anything. Seeing that Sheng Xiao was holding it in so hard, Mu Chi couldn't bear it anymore. She said to him, "Don't hold it in, Xiao Xiao. I don't want you to work so hard. I'll help you." Pregnant people were happy, but at the same time, they were dangerous. Feng Shanshan absolutely trusted Dr. Song now, so she handed the activity booklet to Tang Yin. Do you have time to accompany me to Dr. Song's lecture? Tang Yin was cleaning up the dishes. When he saw the time of the activity, he nodded. I'll try my best to accompany you. Is there a big case at the station recently? Feng Shanshan saw the hesitation in his expression. If you don't have time, it's okay. I can go by myself. Hearing Feng Shanshan say that, Tang Yin felt guilty. He put down the bowl and chopsticks and held Feng Shanshan's hand. I'll definitely accompany you. There's no need. When we were together, I said that you could be a police officer. I won't hinder you. It's not a hindrance. I also want to accompany you. All right then. Feng Shanshan nodded. Don't be too tired. When the time comes, I won't be the one feeling sorry for you. Tang Yin patted the back of her hand, indicating that he understood. Then, he took the bowl and chopsticks and went to the kitchen. Cutie is also pregnant. You know that, right? That's going to be spoiled to the heavens. Are you envious? Feng Shanshan laughed. That was her life. Others had this life, so it was only right for them to be spoiled. It's enough for me to have you. It had been more than a month since Song Xiaoji came to Jianchuan. She had indeed gradually gained Feng Shanshan's trust, but had almost worn out Changbin's patience. The two of them had a lot of conflicts on the phone. Miss Song, if you don't take action by the end of this month, I'll do it myself. In any case, he had already figured out Feng Shanshan's prenatal checkup routine and that the person who was always following her was just a little girl. It wasn't too difficult for him to deal with her. Then do it yourself. I don't plan to do it. I think that mother and son are quite pitiful, Song Xiaoji said indifferently. Anyway, you're the one taking revenge, not me. I should have known that women are unreliable. Damn it, I wasted so much of my time. After saying that, Changbin hung up. Song Xiaoji smiled and let Changbin do it. Firstly, she could help Feng Shanshan get out of danger. This way, she could gain her trust. Secondly, she could also test what kind of strings Tang Yin had set up around Feng Shanshan. Chapter 844. Why didn't he use his brain? How could someone who could make Tang Yin follow him so easily? Song Xiaoji had observed carefully. Although Xiao Xing was very young, she was definitely a martial artist and had good skills. These men always thought that girls, especially little girls, didn't seem to be intimidating. This was pure discrimination. Let him go and mess around. As Song Xiaoji thought about it, she drank red wine alone. After resting in the hospital for a few days, Sheng Kai's injuries had mostly healed. That night, after Sheng Kai showed Sheng Zhao's text message to Jin Bo, he gained Jin Bo's trust. Jin Bo also promised him that he would send someone to settle the matter with the Gu family. Gu Xiling had indeed sent someone, but Gu Xiling had only wanted to vent her anger. She had never thought that Sheng Kai would really have the guts to take revenge or bear a grudge. She was just angry that Sheng Kai had gotten a woman outside pregnant. After nightfall, Jianchuan had already started to get stuffy. After Gu Xiling and Mama Gu had eaten, they sat in the garden to cool off. Who knew that Sheng Kai would go home wrapped in gauze? When Gu Xiling saw Sheng Kai's injured appearance, she felt a little guilty. However, it was only for a moment before she regained her original proud look. Who beat you up? Don't you know who beat me up? Sheng Kai asked her in return. Sheng Kai, don't forget what you've done outside. You and I haven't divorced yet, and you've already gotten another woman pregnant. Are you trying to make me a joke? Gu Xiling stood up from the chair. She always had that arrogant look on her face. Sheng Kai, it's not that I want to criticize you, but I married the woman to you because I wanted her to have a happy ending. I didn't expect her life to be so miserable after marrying you. Mama Gu also came over to help. You really don't act like a man. I don't act like a man. Why don't you think about who gave me that? After Sheng Kai said that, he grabbed Gu Xiling's shirt with his left hand and pushed her to the ground. Today, I won't say anything else. You got someone to beat me up. It's only fair that I return the favor. Sheng Kai, what do you want to do? Mama Sheng had a bad feeling, and her face turned pale. I'll let your daughter have a taste of being seriously injured. Having said that, Shinkai turned to the people outside the villa. Come in. The third brother was a man dressed in black. He held a wooden stick in his hand, and his face was covered. He looked like a professional fighter. Shinkai, don't do anything rash. This is against the law. Breaking the law? I came here today with Godfather's permission. He will take care of everything for me. Shinkai answered Mama, Sheng, while stepping on Gu Xiling's body. Didn't the Gu family dig this pit for me? Let's jump together now. Do it. It was not difficult for the three men to deal with the two women. Chapter 845. So, I want to be more considerate. Sheng Xiao hugged her with one arm and said calmly, There's no need. Sheng Xiao, I'm an adult now. Can you trust me a little more? After Sheng Xiao heard this, he pinched her face. What did you call me? Hubby, let go. I asked Su Che to find some books related to forensics for you to pass the time, Sheng Xiao said to Mu Chi before getting out of the car. In fact, he was the only one in this world who understood her the best. Reading these when you're pregnant, will it be bad for the prenatal education? With you around, I don't expect good prenatal education. With that, Sheng Xiao took a long step back to the car and instructed Su Che go to enchanting. If he did not deal with it for 2 days, the work had already piled up like a mountain. By the way, check up on Jinbo. Su Che was surprised, but he did not ask. Understood. After Mu Chi returned home, she moved all the handicrafts out of the storeroom. When Fifth Aunt saw this, her legs went soft. Little ancestor, you can't move heavy things now. You're scaring me to death. It's fine. They're all very light things. Mu Chi's eyes were bright. Ever since she became pregnant, she had been in high spirits every day. What do you want to do? Make a small wooden horse for the baby and some toys. After Mu Chi said that, she opened the packaging of the boxes. Thinking about how she was a forensic doctor and could play with the scalpels so beautifully, it should not be difficult for her to pack things. Fifth Aunt did not disturb her and let her sit in the living room. That was good. Otherwise, she would get sick from staying at home every day. Fifth Aunt, when you have time, tell me about medicinal cuisine. I want to learn. Let me make it clear first. If you want to learn, you can, but you can't enter the kitchen. Fifth Aunt had made a rule with her beforehand that she had to be scalded and touched in the study. She could not afford this responsibility. Okay, I won't go. As long as it was related to the child, Mu Chi was very obedient. Young madam, now that the baby is here, we should prepare a baby room. However, there's only a bedroom and a study upstairs. Should we put it downstairs? With Fifth Aunt's reminder, Mu Chi felt that it was time to consider it. If it was placed downstairs, it would definitely be inconvenient for her to feed the baby when it was born. But if it was upstairs, then change the cloakroom for me and Xiao. Anyway, it's just a matter of having one more small bed. The baby can't leave me before he's 2 years old. She thought the child was 2 years old. We need to prepare that as soon as possible. But it's not convenient for me to go out and buy them. Mu Chi thought about it and decided to solve it online. But when she thought about it, it was not convenient to have it delivered. Madam, and I can do this for you. Although Mu Chi wanted to set it up herself, she gave up when she thought about safety. After the baby's room was settled, Mu Chi continued to make her handicrafts. However, in the middle of the afternoon, she received a call from Lu Qianqian. Chi, are you sick? Where did you hear the news? My former classmate. I met him today. He's also in Shengting University. He said that you've taken a break from school and are recuperating at home. What happened to you? Lu Qianqian called Mu Chi when she got the news. It could be seen that she was her best friend. I'm not sick. I'm pregnant. Mu Chi smiled and said in one breath. Xiao didn't let the outside world know about this, so he asked me to say that I'm sick. Pregnant. Lu Qianqian almost screamed in front of her subordinates. I'll drive over tonight to see you. Okay. Mu Chi nodded and agreed. Then you go ahead, CEO. We'll talk about it tonight. Okay. After the two of them hung up, Mu Chi immediately said to Fifth Aunt, there are guests coming tonight. Fifth Aunt might have to trouble you to prepare a sumptuous dinner. It's a small matter. Leave it to me. Mu Chi-Chi didn't want everyone to know about it, but it seemed that she would feel like an outsider if she didn't tell her good friends. Moreover, Qianqian was someone she could trust. That evening, Lu Qianqian drove a red Ferrari to the Banyan courtyard. Seeing Mu Chi-Chi's domestic appearance, she couldn't help but sigh. You're no longer that 17-year-old girl. CEO Lu, you're becoming more and more like a capable female CEO now. The two of them looked at each other and smiled. Lu Qianqian immediately looked at her lower abdomen. It hasn't been long since I saw you. You were fine, and you're suddenly pregnant? Your family CEO is very efficient. It was purely an accident. Mu Chi-Chi chuckled. Silly girl, why are you so happy? Look at you. You can't even control yourself at such an important occasion like the inauguration ceremony. If you don't get pregnant, who will? Mu Chi-Chi felt so embarrassed that even her ears turned red when she heard that. Forget it. As long as my sister is happy, I won't say anything. I bought a small gift for the baby in the car. I'll ask your CEO to bring it down later. You don't even know the gender. Why spend so much money? I'm happy. The two sisters chatted and laughed as they entered the living room. However, at the end of dinner, Sheng Xiao did not return home. After dinner, Mu Chi-Chi was sleepy. Lu Qianqian could tell that she was sleepy, so she got up from the sofa. I won't disturb the pregnant woman's rest. I'm going home. Qianqian, if you meet your classmates in the future, tell them that I'm sick. I'm very sick. Got it. Lu Qianqian hugged Mu Chi-Chi. Stay at home and take good care of the baby. After Lu Qianqian left, Mu Chi-Chi went upstairs and fell asleep. It was easy to develop a habit. After more than a month of pregnancy, she shouldn't have had such a reaction. However, Mu Chi-Chi had a balance in her heart. It would be good for the child if she developed the habit of going to bed early. At 8:30 p.m., Sheng Xiao entered the house. He did not see Mu Chi-Chi and knew that she was asleep upstairs. Sir, you're back. How's Chi today? Sheng Xiao took off his coat. The first thing he did was ask Fifth Aunt about Mu Chi-Chi's situation. She made some handicrafts in the afternoon and talked about the baby's room. I think she's quite disappointed that she can't go out and buy things for the baby. After Sheng Xiao heard this, he first went upstairs to look at the pregnant woman on the bed. After making sure that she was sleeping soundly, he quietly went to the study. The baby's room. It was time to get ready. The next day, Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin agreed to go to Song Qiaoji's lecture. Therefore, the two of them got up early. Tang Yin personally drove Feng Shanshan to the medical university, but along the way, he hung up on at least 6 or 7 calls. If you're really busy, you can go back when we get to school. Feng Shanshan tilted her head and said, the school is full of people. You don't have to worry. Tang Yin did not say anything and turned off his phone. Chapter 846. Song Qiaoji saw Feng Shanshan and her husband from afar, so she smiled at them through the crowd. Feng Shanshan smiled back and sat down. She realized that she was surrounded by pregnant women. Many of them had come on their own. Thinking that her husband was by her side, Feng Shanshan felt much more at ease. Song Qiaoji was indeed very professional. During the lecture, she had also solved many of the confusion of many pregnant women, especially when it came to the diseases that might occur during pregnancy. Tang Yin listened very seriously. From time to time, he would use his phone to record down key information. Feng Shanshan's heart warmed when she saw this. The 1-hour lecture soon ended. Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin got up and left. I told you it's very safe. You can go back to the station. I'll send you home first, Tang Yin said consciously. This so-called safety was based on him being here. If Feng Shanshan was alone, Tang Yin would not be at ease. In the future, when you go to Dr. Song's place, don't let Xiao Xing come over. She's a police officer, not my personal bodyguard. Can you be a little more selfish? Tang Yin said to Feng Shanshan, just like before we got together. Feng Shanshan was stunned. She was sensible, but he didn't buy it. The couple argued along the way and left. Song Qiaoji looked at their figures from afar from behind. Let's be happy for a few more days of very happy life. Changbin was nearby, but he did not find an opportunity to make a move. Of course, he did not plan to make a move today because he knew Feng Shanshan's prenatal checkup time. One corpse and two lives. He did not know how Tang Yin would feel if he lost these two people. In the morning in Jianchuan, the sun was shining brightly. Suche had already found out about Jinbo. While Sheng Xiao was not busy, he entered the office and handed him the information. Jinbo, American, 52 years old. According to the information, he has two sons. He's an entrepreneur who runs an educational organization in the United States. These are all empty shells. Sheng Xiao threw them away without looking at them. This isn't his real name. If we want to find out more details, we might alarm the other party. Moreover, it will take a long time, Suche replied. Then investigate slowly and carefully, Sheng Xiao said calmly. This person is the mastermind behind Bai Sini's case. Moreover, he views the Shun and Sheng families as his #1 enemies. I want to know all the news about this person as soon as possible. This news, where did you get it from? Suche was a little strange. Sheng Kai sent it. Suche knew that there was someone behind Sheng Kai. It turned out to be Jinbo. Also, do something for me tonight. Understood. Suche did not ask how Sheng Xiao could get the information from Sheng Kai. For now, the authenticity of the information was more reliable. Could it be that the two brothers had privately reconciled? Also, Suche, if you have time, investigate another person with the surname Song. If they could prove that Jinbo was a member of the Song family, then everything would make sense. Suche was busy with his work, so Sheng Xiao called his secretary over the intercom. Bring Chi here at 4 in the afternoon. All right. Wasn't he sick? The secretary was puzzled, but did not dare to ask the big CEO. Bring 2 bodyguards. The secretary received the order and set off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. When she arrived at the Banyan courtyard, she saw that Mu Chi was clearly very energetic. Young madam, the president asked me to pick you up. Did he say anything? Mu Chi looked puzzled. He didn't say. He only asked me to bring you safely. Then let me change my clothes. A moment later, Mu Chi said goodbye to Mama Sheng and went out. It had been a few days since she came into contact with this world. Mu Chi felt a little absent-minded. After entering Zhongting, she stared at Sheng Xiao and asked, "Didn't we agree not to go out? I'll take you somewhere tonight." Mu Chi raised her eyebrows and saw that Sheng Xiao had already asked someone to prepare food and drinks. Go kill some time by yourself. Be good, okay? Before Mu Chi could nod, she saw Sheng Xiao turn around and go to the conference room. He must have been very busy these past 2 days. Mu Chi obediently sat on the sofa and read a book. She thought that she would have to wait until 8:30 p.m. After all, Sheng Xiao had been returning home at this time recently. However, it was just past 7 when Sheng Xiao returned to his office and said to her, "Let's go." "Where are we going?" Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He personally drove Mu Chi to that mysterious place. Get out of the car. Mu Chi took a closer look and realized that this was the most high-end mother and baby product store in Jianchuan City. There was no one inside except for the manager in charge. It seemed that CEO Sheng had booked the entire place. Mu Chi was instantly excited. Yesterday, she had just told Fifth Aunt that she did not have the chance to come out and buy things for the baby. "Madam, you can choose anything you want. There are a total of 5 floors here. You can go from the 1st floor to the 5th floor. I don't even know what to buy when you suddenly call me out like this." Mu Chi looked at Sheng Xiao with some resentment. "If I had known, I would have made a list." Sheng Xiao held her hand and took the elevator to the 1st floor. The 1st floor is for the baby's daily necessities, including a crib, a baby pillow, and toys. "I want all of these." Mu Chi looked at the small things and could not help but sigh. She turned around and looked at Sheng Xiao. He stopped in front of crib. Mu Chi immediately felt that the scene was a little soft, so she took out her phone and took a picture. "Just by this bed." Mu Chi walked to Sheng Xiao's side and said, "I can tell that you like it." Sheng Xiao took the opportunity to hug Mu Chi's waist and kiss her forehead. "Silly thing. Thank you." "Huh?" Mu Chi was stunned by Sheng Xiao's sudden thanks. "I suddenly feel the reality of being a father. "You're welcome, Master Xiao. You must be very happy." At this moment, Shang Zhao's body was much less fierce, and there was more gentleness. This was special only when he was facing Mu Qiqi. Very happy. The two of them strolled around the mother and baby shop for a long time, but the only thing that really caught Shang Zhao's eye was a bed. The rest were all things useful for mothers. At least they had come to shop. Mu Qiqi was satisfied. "I wanted to buy some things for Feng Shanshan, but I was afraid that she would feel uncomfortable, so I decided to forget it." Both of them were pregnant, but Feng Shanshan had no family, and her whole family revolved around her. It was indeed very uncomfortable. "It's good that you know." This thing was still as sensitive as ever. The two of them returned with a full load, and they especially liked the bed. Mama Sheng also liked it when she saw it. "Eighth brother is more like a father now. He's better than your father." Papa Sheng had always felt guilty towards Shang Xiao. When his wife thought of him like this, he felt embarrassed. "Can we not talk about the past?" Chapter 847. It's fine if you buy the bed, but the other things that the child needs, Grandpa will buy. Industrial design, the best understanding of production. That was why Papa Sheng could speak so boldly. "Thank you, Dad. There's no need to be so polite. We're family." Papa Sheng waved him off, his eyes full of smiles. Then, the couple went upstairs. Sheng Xiao placed the crib next to the big bed. That way, the atmosphere of the family of three became even more intense. Mu Qiqi hugged him from behind, her little face buried in his back. "It's so blissful that it's unreal. You used to be so shameless. Why are you pretending now?" Sheng Xiao turned around and lifted her chin. "Go wash up. It's time to sleep. Are you annoying? I thought you were going to kiss me." Seeing that thing disappear at the door of the bedroom, Sheng Xiao slowly curled up the corner of his mouth, his heart extremely warm. Although the school had kept a low profile ever since Mu Qiqi took a leave of absence, the outside world had started to make noise about it. Moreover, ever since Sheng Xiao arranged for Mu Qiqi's leave of absence, the outside world rarely saw Mu Qiqi. Was he really seriously ill? When Jin Bo received the news, he could not help but pay attention to Mu Qiqi's movements, because he knew very well how important Mu Qiqi was to the Shun family and Sheng Xiao. It could not be such a coincidence that she suddenly fell sick. So he called Shinkai. "Akai, Mu Qiqi is seriously ill. Did you get any news?" "I heard about it," Shinkai answered flatly. "He was meeting a client outside." "You are a member of the Sheng family. You must have the means to find out if this information is true. You know that Mu Qiqi is everyone's Achilles heel if we want to bring down the Sheng family. Don't let a good chess piece disappear just like that." "All right, Godfather, I will think of a way to find out." Jin Bo wanted to clear the obstacles for Liang. The number one enemy was the Shun family and Shang Xiao. Mu Qiqi's existence was so important. Of course, Jin Bo did not want anything to happen to Mu Qiqi. In fact, Sheng Kai knew that there was something strange about Mu Qiqi's illness. However, if Sheng Xiao wanted to prevent Jin Bo from hiding Mu Qiqi, it was too early. Moreover, Mu Qiqi was not a person who was willing to be tied down, unless she was really sick. Not long after the call with Jin Bo ended, Cheng Bin called again. "I plan to take action tomorrow. After thinking about it, I don't have anyone else to call, so I can only rely on you. CEO Sheng, I have a younger brother at home called Cheng Xia. He's disappointing, but he's still my blood relative. If my plan doesn't succeed, I'll have to trouble you to take care of him." "Has everything been planned?" Shinkai asked calmly. "Yes, I can't wait any longer," Cheng Bin replied. "Godfather has sent a helper to you. It shouldn't be a problem. A woman has delayed me for a long time." Cheng Bin snorted coldly. Shinkai did not ask who it was because that might arouse Cheng Bin's suspicion. However, Shinkai knew that it was a woman. "Go ahead and do it. Leave your brother to me." Shinkai hung up and returned to the banquet. He was hesitating whether he should tell Sheng Xiao about it. He was also afraid that this was a trap set up by Cheng Bin and Jin Bo to test him. After all, Sheng Xiao had put forward tempting conditions in order to win him back. He knew that Jin Bo was a very suspicious person. The truth was indeed as he had expected. After Changbin hung up the phone with Sheng Kai, he gave Jin Bo a reply. If my plan fails tomorrow, then Mr. Jin, you can also consider crippling Sheng Kai. Don't use a suspicious person. Don't suspect a person you use. I'm just being careful. After all, no matter how much Sheng Kai hated Sheng Xiao, he was still a member of the Sheng family. If he wanted to use people, he had to determine if they were loyal or not. And Miss Song, Mr. Jin, did you really send her to help me? Regarding this, Jin Bo smiled mysteriously. There was no doubt about it. Song Xiaoji had already told Jin Bo about the interlocking plan. If Changbin failed, she would act as a hero, save Feng Shanshan, and gain her trust. Then, while Feng Shanshan was not investigating, she would make her disappear. Tomorrow, I wish you success in your revenge. Thank you, Master Jin. Changbin hung up the phone and gulped down a few mouthfuls of wine. After so many years of grudges, it was time to end it with Tang Yen. Don't blame him for being despicable. Compared to the time when Tang Yen was a spy, he felt that he was much gentler. The next day, it was Feng Shanshan's prenatal checkup. Tang Yen had not been on a business trip for several months. The bureau chief could not take the pressure anymore, so he said to him, after accompanying your wife for the prenatal checkup, there's a big case. The higher-ups specifically asked for your assistance. You might be away from home for a few days. We'll talk about it after I accompany her for the prenatal checkup. The bigger Feng Shanshan's belly was, the more Tang Yen did not want to go back to his previous life. The bureau chief could not do anything to him, so he said, Tang Yen, I understand you. There's no one at home to take care of your wife, but you have to understand your identity. In the past few months, I've tried my best to make things convenient for you. You have to repay me occasionally. In the past few months, you know the rate of cases solved in our branch. I can even transfer Xiao Xing to be your assistant. I'll get her to take care of your wife while you're away. What do you think? Wait for me to come back. Chief, there's not much time. Seeing Tang Yen disappear, the bureau chief sighed. There was nothing he could do about him. Tang Yen went to the branch office for a morning meeting and drove home to pick up Feng Shanshan for the prenatal checkup. Feng Shanshan more or less knew about Tang Yan's dilemma. The two of them had talked about this more than once. However, this man was too stubborn. Perhaps the bureau chief had done his homework, so Professor Tang rushed over before the two of them left. Your aunt is on the way here. She'll take good care of Shanshan. You can go deal with the bureau chief first. Tang Yen was still hesitant. Go. Are you afraid that your aunt and I won't be able to take good care of her? Of course, Tang Yen did not mean that. Uncle and aunt are both here. They'll accompany me to the prenatal checkup. Don't worry. Feng Shanshan did not want to think about men. She was always in a dilemma. Actually, she was already satisfied that he had accompanied her for a few months. Tang Yen, don't forget that you're also a criminal police officer. Shanshan hasn't been feeling well these few days. Uncle, try to drive slowly. Or, I'll get Xiao Xing to come over and send you to the hospital. Feng Shanshan did not know whether to laugh or cry. How many people do you want to surround me? You don't have the right to speak now. Listen to my arrangements, Tang Yen said stubbornly. No matter what happens, call me immediately. That you're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.